Why, hello there. Hello. It's Nazen here with the LeemThatStreams, and we're here today playing some more Winds of Change. You can see it in the background there. We are going to continue this series. We took a little bit of a break from it, but we're back. We're ready to get back into the story. We're ready to see where our adventure takes us. Hello, Spice Stoner. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate that. I hope everyone's doing good on this Tuesday. We are doing well here. We've got everything kind of set up a little differently today, so I'm excited about it. I've got my streaming room all set up all nice and cozy like, so I'm really happy right now. Hope you guys are ready for a good old time. Like I said, we're playing some Winds of Change back there with our fuzzy little friends, and hopefully they are ready for our return. And to the greatness comes whatever adventure we are on. I will have to kind of remember where we ended. I do think maybe we were at like a tavern or something like that. Maybe that was where we left off. I'm trying to remember if that was the case, but we'll get into it pretty quick here. Just as a reminder to everybody, we are going to be playing some more Played Up tomorrow with Demon Otter Games, C. James Fox, and I believe maybe Zephyr Ferret, which should be a lot of fun. So join us for that and enjoy. So with all that being said, I'm going to get into the game here. And let's see. We'll start on this side, but we'll see how it goes. I forgot how charming the music was in this game, so that should be kind of fun to play around with, but let's get into it. I haven't played this since January 9th. Holy cow, it's been a little bit, so that is fine. But anyway, let's see. I think we are at a tavern. Choose the shape. Oh, choose the step. Oh, this is where I gotta pick something. Okay, so let me get over. Let's do this for now. Let's go here. Nope, let's do this for now, because I can see a lot of the choices are going to be on that side. Beautiful music so far. Okay, so ask Ulrich for advice. Okay, let's try this.
Look, I already told you to hurry up. There's no downside to placing an army here. Everyone's just being whiny and resistant to change.
Well, who? Aaron? Oh, the guy who owns the tavern. I remember now. Yeah. Ooh, you're big, muscly peck guy. I forgot about you, Ulrich. Okay.
You have the chance to prove yourself as a capable leader.
Well, who said I want to be a leader? Did I say I wanted to be one?
An effective leader does what's best for everybody.
Well, listen, that's not necessarily true.
Think about Alestia when you make a choice, not Aaron. And that advice will help you every time you need to make a decision. Catering to individual people is a great way to garner hate.
All right. Let me ask Valessa and see what she has to say about it.
Whoa. You actually want my input on this?
I do.
I guess it is my duty to assist you.
All right.
I'm surprised. I'm only supposed to guide you when it comes to visions.
Well, listen. Also, I'm going to turn the music sound, just a smidgen because it is overpowering everything.
If I had to choose, I'd keep this place the way it is. After the war, Valinor and the rest of the world will be safe. Why would we train an army after we've taken down the Triumvirate?
Well, maybe that would be a good point. Well, you got to keep things in line. You can't just leave everybody because you never know what's going to happen after a war.
If I were the Elder, I'd commit myself to maintaining our independence.
Okay.
That means living outside of conflict like we've been doing for millennia.
You got it.
Siding with the rebellion and putting an army here will tie us to future wars.
It might, but also... but also...
Until today, even you were raised in an independent Valinor.
True.
I can understand a temporary alliance, but we should go back to normal.
Okay.
I honestly think it's kind of an insulting idea. We can take care of ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, well, unless we get invaded by someone and they murder all everybody, but like that turned out well for us. All right, let's see what Fortame, cute little bunny man, what do you got to say?
It's an interesting situation, to say the least. But that doesn't mean the right decision is hard to make. We should ally with the rebellion, then place an army here.
Why do you say that?
If our elder had done that, then Valinor would be fine. In my opinion, we need to work toward a united Alestia.
Okay.
It saved us this time.
All right.
It can save us in the future.
Okay.
Either way, I know you also need to choose a new elder. If you already have someone in mind, then try to cater to them. It's important that they're left with a nation they'll be proud to.
Oh, I see what they're doing here. So the thing is, I need to pick a new elder, and the two choices are Valessa and Fortame. And I don't know who to pick. I think they both have good points. I'm more of like a let peace ride kind of a thing here, but that's a good question. I have to make a final decision. So let me do something. I'm going to save here. Now that we got everybody's input. Okay, convert Peregrino into a barracks or let Peregrino stay as it is. I kind of feel this way. I kind of want to give in to Fortame because I think he's way cuter than Valessa. No offense to Valessa, she's very adorable, but I just like him so much more. But I don't, if I have to make a decision that I think is best, I think I would choose, what am I doing? Well, see, here's the thing. I think that I don't really have the background anymore. So why do they want this spot? I guess because it is like a crossroads. I think I want to let it stay as it is. I couldn't steal Aaron's home from him. It was wrong. We'd have to find another way to keep Valinor safe. Forcefully seizing property would give off a bad image. We're above that. We're not like the Triumvirate.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Come on. You can't just leave your village defenseless.
Well, I did. So what are you going to do about it, pro? That's not the pro strat that you thought you were going to pro, was it? Huh? Yeah. Take that.
Now, pro, you're the one that brought him into this. We need to take his word as law. That's how it works. Thank you so much, Seer. This calls for a celebration.
It does. Aaron runs off to start to prepare some drinks. I just want to check something. Pro crosses his arms and looks at me with a scowl.
Just met, and you're already a thorn in my side.
Hey, that's me.
I just hope you don't come to regret that choice.
Well, I probably will.
And expect future generations to hate you.
Okay. If you don't, well, okay.
Ah, well. I guess I should look on the bright side of things. At least they can have a drink while their village burns down again.
Perfect. Again? What do you mean again? His sarcasm was noted, and his joke was far too soon. He shrugs at Ulrich, and he walks to a nearby table and sits down. A few minutes later, Ulrich follows suit. Was it time for a meeting? I wave Valessa and Fortame as I walk over to the table. A few moments later, we are seated together, exchanging glances. We wait for someone to break the silence, unsure of what will happen next.
Ulrich.
Hi. Oh, that's a cute. I just want to boop. Can I boop you? Can I? If I booped you, would you be upset? If I came, hold on. If I were just to come over here and go, and then just go, boop, 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 will you be upset with me? You're going to get mad at me if I go boop, boop, boop? Nope, okay. He doesn't seem like he's going to get upset, so that's fine.
Bro.
What's up? What's up, Jojo? How's it going? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Ulrich crossing his arms, looking stern. How are you? Good.
I thought you might find yourself here. Dominik must know about the new plans then.
Tired? I just woke up. It's a late wake-up start. What's going on there?
He assumed you were slacking off. Now that I'm here, I guess it's half true.
Alrighty then.
Don't worry, I had it planned all along. You can doubt me, but everything worked out. Here we are, all together.
Too much work. I see. Well, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it.
I need to get all of you back to Dominik as fast.
All right, I'll turn it back up. I don't know if it's actually bad. He looks at me and then the blade on my back.
You'll be training under a pretty strict regimen. Dominik wants you to master that blade as fast as you can.
All right, I'm going to master the blade. You want to help me master my blade, Ulrich? You want to try?
Now, I already told you about the spirit idol they found in Museo.
I remember.
Dominik wants to use you and that blade to tap into its power.
Why did he say it like that? He's like, wants to use you and that blade to tap into the power. He thinks it must give him a chance to win this war. Got it.
Wait, a new spirit idol? I didn't know that could happen. I thought we had all of them mapped out for a long time.
Well, you were wrong, Bunny Bunkins, and he's about to tell you why that's the case.
I'll assume you're studying.
Oh, I'll happily master the blade with Ulrich. Exactly, right?
Oh, so you want to master a blade with Ulrich, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to handle his sharp moves. Just make sure you don't accidentally give him a tail cut during your training.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want him losing his balance, now would we?
No, we wouldn't. Thank you, Theo. That is a good warning.
Whoa, hold on.
Hi.
Why would they want to do that?
I don't know.
We don't know, but that's why Dominik wants
He
it
didn't
first.
know.
There's a possibility that it poses a threat to their reign. Legend has it they destroyed Alarinthia's idol as well.
Got it.
Wait, Alarinthia's idol was destroyed?
Boy, you are just not informed at all, are you, Bunny Bunkins? I'm sorry, but Fortame, you want to be elder in my village and you don't know shit. So you're really losing points here, buddy. You're really losing points here. And I just want you to know. Thank you, Theo. And yeah, that was definitely what I meant. Exactly. That's exactly what he meant. 100%.
It was so long ago that they almost never had one. That's why it turned into the arid wasteland it's become. Kind of like how Valinor will freeze over.
All right. Potentially. Fortame is so sheltered. He really is. He's adorable, but it's kind of like at points you're just like, listen, buddy, you're gonna have to get informed if you want to be my elder. If you want me to call you daddy, then you better learn about the ongoings of the world, okay? All right.
So Dominik wants to use this new spirit idol for power. Isn't that risky? Does he even know what will happen?
No. Nobody knows anything. Oh, oops. Hold on. Shit. Where'd my thing go? Crap. There it is. Wait. Nope. There it is. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Fortame is so sheltered. He really is. It's so weird. You feel like all these guys, the level of understanding of things that they don't have is quite alarming. Let me check something. I'm just double checking one thing.
Nope. This has never been done before. Unless, of course, we're talking about your friend here.
Okay. We are talking about my friend here, so that's me. He stares directly at me. He must be talking about my power. I am a power. Not a bottom, but maybe a power bottom. We don't know. You don't know. You might find out, but you don't know yet. It was gifted to me directly from Valinor's now dim spirit idol.
You mean he wants to use the power on people?
Yes, especially you. 100% you. We're gonna power bottom you to the top, is what we're gonna do.
As far as I know, yeah. It could give our army just the push.
LeemThatStreams is proud to support an ongoing donation drive right here on Twitch for the Lemur Conservation Foundation. If you want to support the stream in an awesome way and can afford it, check it out. To learn more, check out the link in chat at theleemurreserve.org.
Alrighty.
An army of seers. Do you realize how crazy that sounds?
Well,
I can't believe Dominic would want to do that.
that is an interesting... Dominic is full of surprises.
Hey, I'm just theorizing. We have no idea what will actually happen. We
Well,
just know
then,
one thing.
shut up.
The triumvirate
Then.
wants it destroyed.
You can look pretty without talking. It's totally possible.
And that means they don't want anyone else to have it. So there must be something we can use it for, right? We think that this is part of your destiny, Seer.
Oh, good. I'm glad you all know what my destiny is. I don't know what it is, but everybody else does. My destiny?
It's not a coincidence that all of this happened at once. We find the idol just as you realize your potential. Perhaps it's that potential we need to be using.
Basically, it's gonna happen like this. We'll get to Mazeo, and Dominic will start your training. When you feel comfortable enough, we'll bring you to the idol.
Like American Idol? Because, I can do a little singing. Ulrich is always pretty. Yeah, but he doesn't have to speak. He can be my quiet, dumb little pretty boy. And just stay over there and be quiet. And just look nice. And you can do that very well.
You'll use your power to tap into it and empower our army. Then, you'll help Dominic lead our final assault on Balteus. We'll take down the Triumvirate in their own home.
Okay. That seems risky. I like where your head's out, Pro. Also, why is your name Pro? Your little himbo guard? Yes, that's what I want. I want Ulrich to be my himbo guard.
Wow.
Wow. That's all you gotta say?
He really has it all planned out, huh?
Yeah, unlike you, who doesn't know shit. And you want to be my elder. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. That,
Yeah, smooth sailing once we get to Mazeo. But I think it would be too dangerous to leave right now.
All right.
It's almost nighttime. We should rest and leave in the morning.
Okay, we'll do that.
I agree. I made good time on my journey over here. We'll still be on schedule even if we stop to rest. Spirits know I need...
Pro should be elder?
Trek I just-
Maybe. Maybe. I'll think about it. He's not happy with me at the moment because I chose against his thing. So, we're probably on the odds right now. Right, Pro?
Resting does sound pretty good right now.
Yeah, it does.
It's been such a hectic day. I'm overwhelmed.
Me too.
Yeah. And it'll give us time to discuss other matters. I'm down to rest, Ulrich. Just point us in the right direction.
Are you two, is that what you're saying? Okay, I see what's happening here. I think I see what's happening here. I know what you two are gonna do.
Not so fast. Let's hang out for a bit first.
Alrighty?
It's still early enough that we can have plenty of fun. Go look around. I won't be too far behind, all right?
Okay. That's out of nowhere. I thought you were upset with me. Aren't you mad at me? I thought you were mad at me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Okay, Valessa and Fortane leave the table and start looking around. That's what I would have done were it not for the earlier argument. Ulrich and Pro look at me and let out deep sighs.
I'm gonna go grab a drink. Seer, when you're ready, take any room you want. We'll head to the Outlook at dawn and journey down to Mazeo.
Are you mad? Is everybody mad at me? He gets up and walks away, leaving me alone with Pro.
Look, I'm sure you're processing a lot all at once, but you're not alone. We're about to go to war. I'm overwhelmed too.
Okay.
So is Ulrich.
All right.
You He might not show it, but I'm sure.
I just want to boop that nose. Can I boop your nose?
Like this before.
Listen, I don't know what you're saying right now. I'm not listening to you at all, but I just want to. Can I just reach up there? And I can't reach it. You're too tall. Never mind. Forget it. The handsome swindler pro has joined your party. All right.
See you around, all right?
All right.
Watching everybody drink is making me thirsty. If you miss me, you'll know where to find me.
Do I? Because maybe we'll see. All right. He leaves the table and goes to drag a grape. The words. He goes to grab a drink. All I can do is hang out for a while and then go to sleep. Maybe I could talk to Pro for some more information too. Whatever I did though, this would be my final night in Valenorth. Click the arrow on the top right to advance the story. Otherwise, feel free to explore Peregrino at your leisure, which I'm definitely going to do. I got things to do. So what I'm understanding is I should drink instead of sleeping. Exactly. That's the plan. Drink. Wait.
Are these...
I don't know. Fortame, are you going to say you don't know what a cup is? Because then I'm really going to be suspect of your mental acuity. Fortame quickly runs to the table and grabs an apple. After a large bite and barely any chewing, he swallows. A look of disappointment on his appears on his face shortly after.
Of course they aren't.
Oh yeah, he had like an apple thing, didn't he? He has like an apple fetish or something.
What's wrong with those? Last time I checked, they were pretty tasty.
Yeah, they are.
I was hoping it was a special kind of apple. My parents used to bring me some from Mazeo all the time.
All right.
But the trading ban made it illegal to export them.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. They sell them like crazy in the markets of Mazeo.
Yes, they do.
Really? You need to take me there, Pro. We can make a brief detour, right?
He looks at Ulrich with pleading eyes. Maybe. I couldn't say no to him. And neither can you, Ulrich.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for you. I can't say no to that face. Look at that little schnookums. I just want to schnook him, space him. Schnook, schnook, schnook. Right in the face. He really likes apples. He really does. He didn't like that one, though. He didn't like that one. So Fortame is in Shinigami. Is he? What? Why is he in Shinigami? I don't even know what... He might be. What am I doing?
Wow, there's so much to choose from.
You're right. There is a lot of bottles back there. Don't get any ideas, though. I don't know if I want to see you drunk. Maybe I do, actually. You know what? Drink the whole thing. Let's see what that looks like. That could be hilarious.
Planning on drinking for Tim?
No. Don't. Let's not take it off the table immediately, Valessa.
Why not?
We have a lot of stuff to do.
From Deathboat, the Shinigami apple's like, oh, okay. I don't know Death Note, so I get what you're saying, but I've actually never seen it. So that could be true.
But it looks so delicious.
Yeah, just let the bunny drink, okay?
Trust me, it's probably...
Let him drink. I want to see where this goes. I do too.
It's just bitter. And it burns.
Okay, Valessa, if you can't drink, how are you going to be my elder? Okay, because you're probably going to have to do a little bit of drinking as my elder. So far, both of you are losing points.
Sure, from what you've heard. You don't have to keep secrets from me, Valessa.
What are you talking about? I've never had any alcohol, I swear.
Really? Really? I'm not sure I'm buying this, guys. I don't think I'm buying this. Valessa, you clearly have had good liquor.
Don't worry, I believe you.
I don't believe either of you.
Seriously?
I don't. Not even a little bit.
Aren't you two a little young to be drinking?
Are they? How old are you?
Nope, Valessa is just being a spoil sport.
I am not.
Both of you, I order, as the leader of this group and apparently of the rebellion now, I order you both to drink until you pass out. That is my order. Go.
Let's have some then.
All right.
Well, maybe.
Exactly. My order stands.
Ah, yes. Peer pressure.
Exactly. My orders are said. Go. All right. What are we doing? Oh, right. More liquor. Sword. A huge great sword rests against the table. Get the top shelf stuff. Exactly. It's completely unattended, like someone left it there. Did they do that on purpose, or did they lose it?
Hey, this is almost a replica of mine. Whoever uses this has fine taste.
That's suspicious. There's something very,
sus
about that.
It's been there ever since I got here. I have no idea who it belongs to.
Your mom, Pro. Your mom. Got him.
Aaron, it might be for decoration. It's a shame, though. It'll just rust away. A blade like this needs to experience combat.
Oh, so you want to spar with me? I thought you'd never ask, Ulrich.
Really, Pro? Okay, he's not going to be my elder because he's about to die, so I guess he can't be my elder now, Jojo. I'm sorry.
That's not what I meant.
No, go for it. Okay, but before Ulrich even finishes, Pro grabs the blade, straining his entire body. He fails to lift it off the ground.
Is it glued down?
All right, Pro, if you can't lift the sword, Pro got drunk and he forgot his sword and now is gonna die. Exactly. Pro, if you can't lift a sword, you cannot be my elder.
No, you're just weak.
Yeah, you are. Daddy says you're weak, so. No, Daddy just said you're weak. Ulrich walks up to the blade and lifts it with ease. You'd have to be pretty strong to lift something like that. A few people watching exchange start to laugh. Pro, saying absolutely nothing, slowly walks away. Good plan. All right. I've also got conversations with a bunch of people. We could also do one of these things up here. I'll probably do that. So let's start with this guy. View Parallel Chronicles Savi 4. No, you don't. Great swords are quite light. Yeah, exactly. Savi looked at the sea, taking in every detail of the near infinite expanse. Still processing the early revelation, he gritted his teeth, annoyed. Why did the Triumvirate wait so long to tell him these secrets?
Master?
Hello, Halen.
Okay.
No, he's definitely... I guess I'm the master now. That's me. I'm sitting in his shoes.
Of course.
Hi. Whatever you are. Also, Ulrich the Elder has to be big and strong. I agree. Ulrich could be the Elder. Maybe.
There it is again, that dismissive tone. I can tell when something is wrong, you know. There's no need to lie. I'm your apprentice.
Oh, I love how his ears are kind of pinned back like he's sad. Like, that's the thing about being like a puppo. You can't really hide your emotions that well. If you're sad, you're like, your ears pinned back and you're like, oh, I just don't feel very good. And it's just like that, so.
It's nothing, Halen.
I think it has to do with what happened earlier. The Triumvirate told you something, didn't
they? They did tell him
not
something.
Taking it well. I could tell the entire time.
Well, maybe.
Very perceptive. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Sovi, you're acting like a child.
Leave him alone. He lets out a deep sigh as his apprentice hounds him for information. It was true, but Sovi didn't want to admit it. He was too prideful.
Please tell me. I want to help you, Sovi. I stand by your side no matter what.
Oh, you guys are cute. When's the big day? Are you guys getting married tomorrow or next week?
Are you sure about that, Halen?
Yes.
Of course. You don't have to tell me what they said, Sovi.
So Halen can't
But at
hide his
least
emotions
tell
and
me what you're
Savi's
feeling.
just bad at it. He is. He really is. But he does, I forgot that this game was Deep V Simulator, so Savi's got that Deep V going on, and I still like it. Savi took note of Halen's sudden empathy. Kiss, kiss, kiss? Maybe. Yeah, you guys could kiss, and then you guys will be best friends. It was abnormal, somewhat unwelcome. What had changed in the last few hours?
They told me something I wasn't ready to hear. I'm sorry I forgot about you, and I'm sorry for being cross. My thoughts are muddled, Halen.
Muddled.
And I'm confused.
Me too.
How do you plan to deal with that?
No.
For the first time in a while, I don't know. My purpose was always clear, my resolve unwavering. I'm starting to feel like my previous master, before my promotion.
Who was that? Did we know who that was? Did they tell us that before? I don't remember.
You never did tell me what happened to him.
I don't either. I don't know either. He didn't tell me. I'm not special enough. Well, Salvi, have you heard of BetterHelp, today's sponsor? Maybe.
No, I didn't.
Very well. At least tell me about this purpose of yours. I fight to ensure the reign of the Triumvirate, our gods.
A very clear purpose, and noble to some. For me, things have always been a bit different. I fight to ensure the reign of Alestia's true rulers.
Oh?
Then what's the issue, Master? It would seem that we share the same purpose.
Well, he didn't say that that was the Triumvirate. Savi sighed again and shrugged his shoulders slightly. Until now, everything had been an act to intimidate Shane. Halen could tell that Savi was displaying his true emotions.
Normally, I would agree with you. But now, I'm not so sure.
Uh-oh, someone's having a midlife crisis. Poor baby. Oh, that was the end of that. Who are you? I don't remember you. Do I know you? I don't know. Let's do one of... Why are these... let's do one of these, I guess. I can do either... Wait, do I have to choose between these? Or is it conversation with everybody here? He needs a hug. Savi needs a hug. We could give Savi a hug. Let's do one of these conversations.
Hey, Zamira. It's good to see you again. I was starting to worry...
Proxius, what's going on? How are you? I was starting to worry you might...
Oh, come on.
Hey, it's you.
No need to worry about me. I'd worry about Valenorth. There's no more gate guard.
Yeah, because that's you, right? You're supposed to be the gate guard. I'm all right. How you doing? I'm doing good. I can't complain. I'm surrounded by cute, fuzzy people, men, and one girl. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much a sausage fest with Valessa also there. But also, I still am not 100% certain if you're a deer or not, because you really have canine-like features, but you do have the antlers, which do not work right now. I'm just going to point this out. Like, I just noticed that the antlers do not make sense. But I'm going to let it go.
Oh,
Sounds like a good time? Exactly.
That was your job. I'm glad to see that you got everything done. Did you happen to touch that sword by any chance?
He's trying his best. He is trying his best. Did you touch what sword? Is this a euphemism? Are you guys having a good time back there somewhere?
Absolutely not. I kept it under wraps the entire time.
Well, that is a good idea. You should definitely do that in public. Yes.
Whew. Good idea. I'm just really curious. Domek was able to use it, however briefly. And not only that, but he had a vision too.
Oh, right. You're talking about the sword that I've got. Oh.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Were you,
Did you guys find a new spirit idol in Mazeo?
Yeah, I think he wants to harness it for power. I didn't stop to ask, but it's all he talks about now.
Well, isn't it inside your new HQ?
No, I've got it. Oh, you're talking about the idol. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, now that you mention it.
Now that you mention it.
Didn't Damek frequent those underground tunnels? Maybe he was exposed to some level of spiritual energy. At least, enough to let him have a vision or something.
Maybe. That's possible. I don't know if it's true, but I expect that it isn't. Or whatever.
I don't think that's how it works.
What was the in Komarebi? I'm trying. Okay, the guy, this voice actor. He was like the main, like, hacker dude. Why can I not remember his name again? Every time I play this game, I'm like, I know that voice, and then I'm like, what's that character's name? I remember him. He was cute. I liked him.
It's a possibility. At least give me that much. That blade
No, I don't think it was
challenges all of
Dante.
our
I don't think it was Dante. Because Dante was the purple-haired, yeah, the other guy. It's the other guy. It was the main guy. Because Dante was the writer guy, right? I'm pretty sure that was Dante.
All right, your theory has merit.
No, Taylor was the rabbit.
Really odd, but it makes sense. Can you even imagine if it was true?
I don't think that's Taylor. I think it's the other guy. I think it was the what's his, hold on. I'll find out. Sean Chiplock played him. It was Isaac. Isaac's the name. That's right. Isaac. I'll get to it eventually. He was the guy who led the rebellion. Kind of, yes. It was Isaac. Isaac's the one. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe that's why Damek wants to harness its power. Giving regular people visions? He'd have an army of seers. There's no way the Triumvirate could fight against...
Boy, doesn't that sound familiar. Like, let's give everybody in the world visions, and maybe they'll see a future glimpse of themselves in a scenario that they will be haunted with the rest of their life. Yeah, you would have got there eventually. Was on the tip of my tongue. Gotcha. Boy, this whole vision thing from the seers. Boy, it sure doesn't sound familiar to anything we're just talking about with Komarebi. It doesn't sound anything like that. It's not even remotely close.
Hey, how'd you learn about this stuff anyway?
I don't know. I don't know how I learned anything.
I overheard a few things, that's all. No one is leaking intel or anything.
Good. We can't have any moles. The rebellion, as it is...
What's wrong with moles?
Threads. It's
Are you
thanks to that anomalous blade that we stand a chance.
Are you specious against moles? What if there was a mole in the corner over there? You just didn't see him. And he definitely didn't see you because he's a mole. Okay, this guy's involved with every story here. Let's do this one.
You were working with the seer?
I'm the seer. That's me. And it will definitely not be 100% positive and not in any way bad. Exactly. There will be nothing wrong with it, and it will have no implications on the world at all.
Yeah, something like that. It lasted all a couple hours.
You know what else lasts a couple hours? Ulrich. I bet he could. I can't believe Pro is AG. He might be.
What do you think about him?
Is against moles, right? He's against moles. He doesn't like moles. He's specious against moles. What do you think about him?
I honestly have no idea. It's hard to believe that our fate rests upon one person. I don't think
I'm standing right here, guys. I'm literally standing right here. Do you not see me? Like, am I not here right now? Guys, listen. I'm right here.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
It's a big gamble, isn't it? Too risky.
Your face is too risky. Also, your antlers don't work. That doesn't make sense. I got a couple hours with Ulrich. I could go a couple hours with Ulrich. You mean sparring with swords, right? Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Yeah, but faith is all about risk. You believe in spite of overwhelming odds. You fight, even when everything tells you to stop.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
You don't have to agree, but it's true. Without faith, the rebellion wouldn't even be here. Alessia would remain under the Triumvirate's grasp forever.
You have a point, Ulrich. It's impressive that you've come this far.
What was that mean? Did he used to be too stupid? He used to be like, I Ulrich, and I swing sword. And that was pretty much the extent of his conversational skills.
And we still have a long way to go. But we won't get there if people don't believe. Have a little faith in us. All right, Zamira?
Have a little faith in me. Have a little faith in Pex. Have a little faith in Deep V's. Anyway.
Well, I can't say no to that. Just don't let me down, all right? When we make it through this, I'm buying drinks.
Great. You can do it right now, too. You know that, right?
Oh, you mean you aren't buying right now?
Oh, damn.
And here I was, buttering you up for nothing.
Ulrich. Me strong, me fight. Yeah. Ulrich smash. Well, he can if he wants. Okay, let's do this other thing up here. Grizz. We met Grizz, right? I feel like we met Grizz. Oh. After arranging everything with Dominic, Grizz returned to his office. He had a lot to do, working with both the rebellion and the triumvirate. Though his true allegiance was with the rebels, he had to keep up appearances. That meant trying to strike an allegiance with the most unexpected of factions.
No, Alex, you have it all wrong.
Oh, he's the old one. He's the old wolf.
That you're helping the triumvirate.
Who still works out, apparently.
You'll turn on them and help Dominic instead.
Grizz with the Riz, probably, might be.
You know Nada will never let this happen, right?
I'm sorry, who is this? Alex, huh? You know, I like a rugged looking, I'm guessing fox. I love these ears. I really love his ears. I don't know why, they're just like the perfect size. Oh shit, Foxy the pirate fox. Yeah, he does kind of look like Foxy, but I love his ears. I want to pet his ears. Can I pet your ears? I really want to pet your ears. Oh my god, you're adorable.
I don't care what she thinks. I'm asking you.
That's what she said.
No doubt in my mind. A battle is coming to Museo. The triumvirate will send their forces here for that new idol.
The American Idol.
I don't know what they want with it, but we need to strike immediately. You'll meet them at the docks and tell them you've been hired to assist. As soon as you get the chance, you'll sabotage the ships and kill them all.
He can't do that. He's too adorable to be that deadly. Look at him. I just realized, are you wearing a sheep? I just realized, you just met him and be like, I'm gonna pet your ears and then we can save the world. Exactly, that's my plan. I just realized he's wearing a sheep's head. Oh yeah, right there, the dead sheep. Was it like his neighbor? Like in this world, I could literally be his neighbor and he was just like, hey, what's up, Steve? And Steve's like, and then dies. He's like, oh, great, new coat, I'm good.
That is, except for one ship. Dominic will need one to launch his attack on Balteus.
Oh no, it's just the head? Exactly. Oh, don't look at me. Don't turn and make it look at me like that. That's weird now. Now that I know what that is, that's real weird. That's real weird.
I'll humor you for a moment.
Oh, you could do more than humor me,
rebellion comes to
Alex.
Celestia, they'll lift the trade bans, effectively ruining piracy for good.
Great. Then you'll need a new job. You want to come be elder? We can work together all the time. I could pet your ears all day long.
Why should I fight to kill my own profession?
Because you get pets out of it.
There are much better things to do in this world, Alex. I could pay you with anything you wanted, or any job you wanted. Just name it, and I'll make it happen. These are dire times, you know.
And dire times call for dead neighbors named Steve, who also happens to be a sheep.
I doubt this offer extends to the rest of our crew. I'd love a reward and a new job, but not if it screws them over. They'll be doing the bulk of the fighting, not me or Nada.
Who's Nada? I just realized those things in the background are ship masts, not giant swords. Oh yeah, no, that makes more sense. It kind of looks like light poles, but then I was like, that wouldn't make sense. But I get what you're saying.
That is, if I can even convince them to do this. One of our core tenets is that we don't take sides.
Oh yeah? Well, maybe you need to reconsider the core tenets, my friend.
Even when the victor is clear?
Your mom? Alex, you could be a privateer. It's like piracy, but legal. Exactly. And I can pet your ears anytime I want to.
Even so, during the occupation, we fought for our own survival. Both the triumvirate and the citizens of Museo attacked us.
Sad Panda is sad. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Isn't he? Don't you want to pet the? Am I the only one? Do you want to pet these ears? Not these, because that's Steve. He had a rough winter, apparently. But now he's a coat, so that's fine.
We worked for decades to unite the pirates into what they are today. Doing this will split them apart again.
Okay.
We'll make an enemy out of Nada.
Who's Nada? I want to put both. I want to pet both of them. That's fair. I love his ears for some reason. I'm very like drawn to his ears. I have no idea why. I just want to really want to I really wish I could reach up a little higher because I can't quite get there, and I just can't quite reach. It's really unfortunate.
I'm well aware of that.
Listen,
and
only
I've
the cool
taken it
kids
into
join the conspiracy
consideration.
on Discord.
A divide in
So
your
I can
numbers
see
will
why you
still
are not
give me
there.
the right amount
Just
of
saying.
men. You can show the rest of the pirates they're on the wrong side of this.
Alrighty.
Any divide that comes, I'm sure we can mend it. Besides, Domek hasn't said he's going to harm piracy. I'm sure we can come to some sort of deal, Alex.
Yeah, Alex, we could make a deal. How are you? You work out for someone as old as apparently you are. You're in really good shape.
Another war lined up. Hell, they might even join the White Cloaks out of spite.
Beautiful.
I'm willing to take the risk, but I'll do my best to make sure they're satisfied. There will be a place for everyone in our new Alestia.
Yes, my new Alestia, since I am the seer.
The pirates.
I'm exhausted, but doing okay at drive-by head pats. How's Leem doing tonight? Pretty good. I can't complain. You know, it's a nice start to the. It's early in the week so far, so I guess that's something. But been just chilling. Been resetting up my office here. It's all very nice and cozy right now, so I'm very comfortable and relaxed. So it's a good time playing a fun little story game with cute guys wearing Steve. Apparently. Look at that deep V. That is so deep. Very well. Let's talk terms. Okay. Twice a week, I get to pet your ears, and then 3 times a week, you get to wear Steve. How's that sound? Those are the terms. If you're good with it, I'm good with it. Okay, bye. I guess those terms were not good enough. Let's see what these two have to say.
Zamira, can I talk to you for a second?
No. Why do you always look like you're a little bit stoned?
Of course. What's up, Aaron?
Also, again, your antlers don't make sense. I don't know how to tell you this, but your antlers do not make sense. Oh well.
I want to thank the seer for what he's done.
That's me.
Following Domek's orders and letting me keep Peregrino. They deserve something. But I don't know
5 times a week you get to pet his ears, and with this week you also get to pet his ears. I also, yes, pet his ears constantly. What about Peregrino? Is that the only reason I let you keep it is because I thought it was soda water, and I was wrong.
I was thinking of offering him a permanent room. You know, to stay here whenever he wants.
That is a
Could I
bad
offer
business
unlimited drinks
decision.
as well?
Yes, absolutely, because I want to give it all the unlimited drinks to Fortame, and I want to give it to Valessa because I want to see what that does. I just want to see them get drunk because I'm very curious about how that turns out. Yes, say yes. Do it, do it, do it. Come on, do it, do it. Yeah.
Zamira, are you paying attention?
Do it, do it.
Does this offer of free drinks extend to his comrades?
Absolutely. Namely, Fortame and Valessa, possibly you as well, but those two are more important.
I suppose it would.
Yes.
All right, I'm sold. Here, I'll take you to see him right away. I'm so thirsty. This is gonna be amazing.
Oh, baby, this is gonna get good.
I'm at the door.
Anyway, let's see what that does.
Zamira,
Whoever can hold the liquor best is chief. Yes, whoever holds their liquor the longest is elder. That's the new one. Zamir, well, let go. I want a gift for them, not you.
Don't worry, he'll love it. Everybody, Aaron is giving us free drinks. Come over here. Let's celebrate for Peregrino.
Let's do it.
Oh no.
Is he serious right now? There's no way I have enough for everybody.
Nah, you had plenty of bottles back there. How would you stop your friends from getting drinks? Can't you just get enough for them? Maybe. But well, they're free now. That's the thing.
Yeah, you heard right. Free.
Free as in free. Free as in no money. That's the end of that conversation. What is this about? Who are you? Oh, I can still do that. Okay. Let me look around and see if there's anything else I should... A fireplace. I walk up to the fireplace, watching it crackle and burn. It makes things really warm, almost too warm. Peregrino would be fine without it.
Why is there a fireplace in here? Valenorth is always the perfect temperature.
Because it's comforting, Fortame. Get drunk already.
Isn't that because of the spiritual energy?
What?
Yeah, it keeps everything warm and cozy. Without it, Valenorth would be an icy wasteland.
I think I saw the mountain peaks on my way up here. I wonder why this...
Woo, getting drunk for free? I just want to see those two drunk. I'm curious what that looks like.
Oh, you must be talking about East Crown. Everyone wonders what's up there. But we'll never know.
Why?
Don't say never, Fortem. I'm sure we'll figure it out one day. Alestia won't be unmapped forever.
Not within our lifetimes, I'm sure.
Why?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm now on board.
Oh, that got a little dark.
Did it? When? What are you talking about?
Good thing we have a fireplace to light things up.
That doesn't make sense, but... what else do we got? We got a sword. We got drinks. A rug. Pro seems to be standing on the carpet, rubbing his feet on it. Is he trying to do static electricity things? Like he's going to go up to Fortame and be like, hey, check this out. Bzz. Right on his ears? Is that what's going to happen?
Wow, this is so soft. Aaron must have cleaned it last night.
I love how I went on Bark and saw someone's PFP and I was like, oh, hey, they're from my class. I know. Oh, no. Well, that's good to know, isn't it?
It is?
Yes.
Hold on, let me see.
Fortane, what are you about to do? The three of them start doing it in unison. I exchange an awkward glance with Ulrich as we watch.
Seems like their priorities are in order.
I mean, let them have some fun, but they should get drunk first because I really want to see them drunk.
Oh, come on, you have got to check this out.
Yeah, Ulrich, rub your feet on everything. Just do it.
I'll pass.
No, do it. Just give it. You're going to love it. Go on, buddy. All right. He doesn't want to do it. What is this?
Hey.
Hi. How did you come to join the rebellion, bro? What's with the rebellion, bro?
I joined shortly after the occupation. The previous leader recruited me. It seems that children with revenge on their minds was in both high demand and supply. I grew up with Dominic and a bunch of other kids our age. They trained us all in war.
Ulrich, rub your feet on me. That's later. That's after the drinking.
Ulrich joined a little bit later. He's older and was already trained. As you could have guessed, I lost my family during the occupation.
No, I couldn't have guessed that. How would I have known? That's pretty presumptuous that I would know that.
They stole.
What can you tell me about Damek? All right.
He's a really nice guy, and we've shared a lot of the same struggles. There's no one else I'd rather march into battle.
Oh, bro, you have no clue how old he is.
His tactics,
he doesn't.
His strategy, it's really something else. Watching him on the war table is nothing short of an honor. I can't wait to get an interview with the guy. His story needs to be told.
Ow.
After this all blows over,
Spice.
I'm sure
Ow.
he'll go down in history as a hero.
He is a hero. Is he? I don't know. There's something a little sussy about Damek, I'm not gonna lie. Do you think he's a capable leader? Or there's so many branches.
Did you not hear what I just said?
No, I wasn't listening. Ah!
Of course he is.
I've been censored.
Best.
You censored me.
But exceeding expectation.
Oh, so he got a E on his owl or whatever? Are the other rebels embracing his leadership?
Yeah. and the transition between leaders was pretty seamless. He was close to our previous leader, so he picked up on a lot of stuff. It's almost like he was being trained from the start to take over.
He might have been. Oh, it's the Matrix, and I've been found out. Wait, what are his plans?
He's been obsessed with these underground tunnels lately. He wants our headquarters to be hidden and well-guarded. I think he's trying to strike a deal with the mayor of Mazeo.
That's weird. Ah! There I go. And I'm dead. Wait, what? Nah, it's fine. I'm back. Who's the mayor of Mazeo? I don't know if I know that.
The mayor is defecting from the Triumvirate.
Ah.
That's good. We have a huge advantage as long as that secret isn't leaked.
You can't leak no secrets.
About as well.
Keep those secrets safe. Keep those secrets safe and hidden. What was the line from Lord of the Rings? No, not your, oh, hey, you're back. I was just going to steal your stuff. Well, listen, my stuff is mine, and if you touch it, you will get, I've been good. I'm good. I need to change the color of that again. It's been purple for way too long. What do you want?
In the same tunnels he wants to claim, he discovered a spirit idol.
Oh.
A massive one, flowing with unfathomable amounts of energy. I think he wants
It needs to be white? That would be a little bit on the nose, wouldn't it?
Huh? Well, they say white goes with everything, but let me tell you, a little color never hurt anyone. Why not spice things up and go for a vibrant shade?
True.
Just imagine how eye-catching it would be. Trust me, it'll make a statement.
No, it already did, Theo. You were a little late on that one.
You're living proof that idols can empower people, right? If we could do that to our army, we'd be almost unstoppable.
Right. I've done nothing yet. You guys are really, really putting your eggs in one basket. What am I doing? Do you think we'll take down the Triumvirate?
With the right strategy and that special blade?
Theo, if it is a vibrant shade, you should see a doctor. If it's a vibrant shade for more than 4 hours, you should definitely see a doctor.
I'm not so sure about you yet.
Excuse me? I'm standing right here, bro. Who named you? Who goes and calls themselves Pro? That's a weird name. How about that? Got him.
With the right training, I think you'll be fine. So that's what we'll do when we get to Mazeo. Train.
Okay.
No complaining about the hours. The fate of Alestia is at stake.
I'm already complaining about the hours. I think the hours suck. Okay, back. I'd like to talk more about specifics.
Oh, sure. What'd you want to talk about?
Well, what's your favorite color? Oh, I lost my family during the occupation too. I did? Yes. Oh, right, I did.
Join the club. Almost everybody lost a family member during the occupation. At least it helps you relate to the others. You're not alone in this. I can't imagine tackling this struggle all by ourselves.
Yeah, we should definitely tackle this together, while maybe tackling each other on that soft rug down there. After a few drinks, who knows what'll happen? I'm like all over the place right now. Look at me. I'm just like an acid trip. Have you enjoyed your time with the rebellion?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. It's not an ideal place to be, though. If the occupation never happened and my family were here, that'd be better. But you gotta make the best of what you have.
Should definitely be tackling each other. I agree. It could be a wrestling match. Who knows what'll happen? Ooh, back to my stream. Okay, have fun. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Where do you think we'd be without the occupation?
Probably somewhere a lot safer than Mazeo, working on my next big hit. I'd be a totally different person, too. The last 10 years were spent on training.
What do you mean? Your next big hit?
You know?
We could get some time to yourself right now.
But most importantly, my family would still be here. I always wondered what kind of people they'd turn out to be. So, without the occupation, I'd probably stick by their side.
That's fair. That's fair. Were you part of the Exodus raid?
Not really. At least, not in the way you'd think.
No.
It was all about reconnaissance for me, staying on the high ground. I mapped out a lot of Balteus, so our leader could come up with a plan. When they raided the Triumvirate's castle, I stayed far behind. They made sure that nobody got in my way.
I just realized tomorrow I get to brag about my code to my professor. It's hard to brag about code because not enough people understand it. Well, your professor would definitely be a perfect one to do that with, for sure. But good luck. Hopefully it goes well. And, yeah, that's good stuff.
I saw the corpse of our leader as Dominic carried it out. It was horrible. After that, he buried it underneath Mazeo in those tunnels he likes. But with that blade and the castle plans, one final attack is all we need.
Perfect. Birk.
Well, I've known him for years, and he's never let me down. I don't think I've ever seen someone so strong. He's unbeatable. If he went back to Alarinthia, he could easily become its ruler.
Bro, stop being depressed. I'm talking about code. Now he's talking about Ulrich and how strong he is, and I agree. He is very strong.
He never gives up the chance to tell us how much he hates it. So, I guess we're stuck with him here on the mainland for a while.
Well, that's good, because we get to look at him
once all of this blows over.
With his shirt off. Big ol' strong Ulrich. He is big ol' strong. Can I trust him to protect us?
Of course you can. I can't think of anyone better. With him by your side, you'll never be in real danger. Don't tell him I said that, though. His ego needs to stay in check.
Is it his ego or your ego? I don't know. Savi defeated him in my vision.
Wait, are you serious? Ulrich has a perfect reputation. He's never been bested in combat, and I don't think he ever will. I'll have to chalk that one
never
up to
say never.
Accuracy in your vision.
All right. Maybe my vision is always perfect. What do you think of that, pro? I get the feeling that he's hiding something.
Probably just being paranoid.
Probably.
He's a good man.
Okay.
Though I can see why you'd suspect something like that. He's pretty reserved. He doesn't like talking about his past.
Fair.
But trust me, he's a valuable ally to both you and the rebellion. I wouldn't push him away.
There's a first time for everything. There sure is.
He may even open up to all of us one day.
He might. All we got to do is get really drunk, and then he'll be right there, ready to open right up. You never really seen anybody best him in combat.
Absolutely not. The man sure knows how to use that blade.
Oh, baby.
Sure hope I'm never on the receiving end of his rage. He'll be a key figure in every upcoming battle. I know it. If you want to know for sure, he's always up for sparring. I think the new Rebel HQ will have tons of practice swords. Make sure to tell me if it gets that far, though. I'd love to watch.
Are you talking about me sparring Ulrich? I'm not gonna. Well, maybe. Okay, is that the end of that conversation? Nope, there's so much more. What can you tell me about yourself?
Well, I'm a bit of a gambler. I love to take risks and have them pay off. Aside from that, I like to write. I fancy myself an author, I guess. After this war, maybe I'll get to focus on that a little bit more.
Alrighty, that sounds nice. What kind of stuff do you like to write?
Fiction, mostly. I like to chronicle the stories of important people. So, and this is just an example, but yourself and Dominic, you'll go down in history. But you need to be real, not a legend. Like I said, I hope to write more stuff when this war is over. I don't exactly have much time to myself, even on the best of days. It's hard for the other rebels to find time too. I need to eavesdrop.
Well, sounds like you want an interview, pro. Do you want some one-on-one time, pro? Do you want to get to know me better? Because we can do that.
Now, I'm not hinting at anything like that. I'd rather wait until things die down, to be honest. No offense, but you haven't done anything noteworthy yet.
A writer in a rebellion. It is kind of an interesting concept.
Hopefully that will change with time, and then we can talk. But for now, I need to focus on Dominic and the other rebels. Your story has yet to unfold, and as such, has yet to be written.
Well, it can never be written if you don't ever write it. How about that? Did you really think you can chronicle everything?
Not everything. I'd be a fool to try that.
Alrighty.
The important stuff. If that's what I aim for, I'm sure I can get it all. Maybe.
Maybe.
I just want to make sure that people's stories are told.
You can start with mine.
Important figures usually become exaggerated legends. I only want to ground them in reality, you know? That way history remembers who they really were.
Well, that's a pretty quality concept. Do the rebels seem to mind your spying?
Of course not. I mean, they never see me, so they can't be mad.
Fair.
I'm not being creepy or anything, just listening in.
Owie!
It'll be a lot easier to do in our new HQ, though. Wait till you see it.
All right, I can't wait. Is it better than this room? Any juicy secret or interesting facts? You want to tell me some juicy secrets?
Nothing I can tell you. An author never spills his secrets. If someone else can tell my stories, then what's the point? I take these to the grave. Or at least until I publish them.
Yeah, then it's not a secret at all. So spill the tea, bro. Spill it. All right, he's got more to say. You have any hobbies?
I like to cook.
Ooh.
Actually, I like it a lot.
Oh.
I'm always in the kitchen. I have to take it easy, though. I used to eat way too much. I was fat.
Wasn't that like? Wasn't that a thing with Isaac too, where he thought he was fat, and then he takes his coat off and he's like buff as shit, and you're like, dude, no, you're fine.
Well, self-control and exercise. I'm always on the move. Aside from that, I like to go to the theater. Plays are great nowadays. That's pretty much it. I'm not the most exciting person, to be honest.
Alrighty. I can't imagine you much bigger than you are right now. That feels like kind of a dig.
Wait, is that a compliment or an insult? You know what? Don't answer that, actually. I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you.
Perfect. That's how I meant it. I was kind of a weird comment. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I meant by that. Are you down to exercise together sometime? Hey, you want to exercise together?
Absolutely. It's so far to find a workout partner these days.
Oh, you took me seriously.
Unless your idea of a workout is using practice swords, I prefer using daggers and my fists. I focus on agility.
All right. I focus on agility too. Yeah.
The enemy can't hurt you if you kill them first, right? At least that's what I like to tell myself. I seem useful in combat. I've never had any complaints, and Dominic usually asks for my help.
Perfect. Can you recommend some good plays?
There's one I really love. It's called A Tragedy in Balteus.
Sounds great.
It works for both the good guys and the bad guys.
Wow, that's weird. I wonder why you like that.
Kill him in cold blood. It turns out he was good all along. He was just using the bad guys. Their hasty choice causes them to lose, and the bad guys kill them all. It's really tragic and ironic. Everything a good story needs.
Perfect. Is there an active theater scene in Museo?
Yeah, there really is. There's a huge theater, but it's tucked away.
I gotta say, they make Museo out to be this like it got taken over and it's pretty shitty now. And then the way he explains it, I'm like, don't seem so bad. Maybe the Triumvirate's not that bad. Did you guys ever think of that? Like, we have a bustling play scene in a city. We got this nice bar. We got everything we need. Maybe they're not so bad.
I'd love to be a playwright, but I don't think that's my calling. I think I'm better off letting the masters tell their stories.
All right. You know how you become a master, though, right? Tell me about your plans after the war.
Sure, actually. Maybe I'll focus on my writing career. But I need to retire somewhere nice and free of distraction. Museo is just so busy. It's hard to focus on anything.
Fair.
Maybe I'll find someone special and bring them along. This is all up in the air, of course. A lot could change.
You mean like Ulrich? Because I could see you. I could see you and Ulrich ending up together. I could see that. Are there any places you'd like to retire?
I'd say Valenorth.
Ooh.
But I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe Balteus, if I can get used to the cold. It seems quiet there. When the Triumvirate is taken down, we can settle there for once.
Good plan. Are you seeing anybody right now? Are you?
Oh my. Are
yes.
You asking for yourself?
Maybe.
Either way, the answer is no. I haven't had time for that. Love and war don't mix together. Unless the formula is a tragedy.
Well, have you ever heard of the phrase, all is fair in love and war? Got 'em. Boom. Are your recommendations for what I should do after?
Whatever you feel like doing. We'll be free and capable of anything. Far be it from me to tell you how to live your life. Do your thing.
I'm gonna do my thing. All right. God damn, some of these conversations are so long.
I've been here for a couple weeks, much to Domic's dismay.
I feel like doing you. Maybe.
Immediately. I guess maybe he thought the attack was going to happen right away.
Now, I'm curious. I'm sure this game is going to have an element of like Komorebi where you can like romantically pursue people. Is it like Komorebi? I guess that's my question. I don't know if I know this. Is it like Komorebi and you can just flirt with everybody and anybody and it's okay? Or is it more segmented than that? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out.
Marching into Valinor with a weapon would be a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wrapped it up.
Yes and yes?
To keep safe.
What does that mean?
To you, and you'd come here eventually.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we had spare time, so I decided to play it safe. Besides, Peregrino is a pretty cool place. Aaron sure is fun to hang out with.
Well, you just tried to close him down, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't agree with you on that.
Probably not. I mean, it all worked out for the best.
You'll see. I will see.
Too, which is really hard to do these days. Overall,
because you know me, I'll just flirt with everyone.
Such a minor change.
100%.
He's capable of adapting, which is why he sent Ulrich here as well. The fact that Ulrich is calm speaks volumes. Domic isn't mad. If he was, I'd be in the middle of a huge verbal lashing right now.
Uh-oh. What can you tell me about Aaron?
The rebellion needed a neutral location between Mazeo and Valinor. It's pretty much the same distance away from both nations, after all. They held meetings here and conducted business free of geographical bias.
Perfect. Sounds perfect to me.
It was especially important during the early days of the rebellion. The alliance between Valinor and Mazeo was rocky at best. You guys weren't exactly open to forming treaties with outsiders.
Oh, Ulrich can lash me. Anytime. What are your thoughts on converting this to a barracks?
I think it's a pretty good idea. If you
well, it's too late. I already did it. Papa Bear got you. He's got him. Big Papa Ulrich got him.
Station a capable army here.
Big Daddy Ulrich. Great. Oh my God, there's still one more.
Not much, to be honest, but probably more than most. I pride myself on picking up weird information.
That's a weird thing to pride yourself on.
They really fit the bill.
All right.
Their rule goes really far back.
Uh-huh.
But we don't know about a time without them. A lot of people in Alestia consider them gods and say they created our world. But there's no way to know for sure. They never answer questions like that.
Why not?
It's really rare that they come out of their chambers. I've never seen it happen. And I'm starting to wonder if I ever will. I bet that's where we'll take them down. We've tried to lure them out, but it never works. They see right through our tricks.
They got you pegged, and so does Ulrich. Where did they come from?
I wish I could tell you. Nobody knows, and they'll probably never tell us. They'll probably take that secret to their ever-nearing graves.
Got it. How old are they? Who cares?
How old is our world again? Yeah, they're that old.
How could you possibly know that?
The dawn of time.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how we'll kill people so strong. We have no idea. We just know about their cloaks. They're given an affectionate nickname, White Cloaks. They wear these beautiful white robes trimmed with gold. Kind of like that blade you've got on your back. Leads more credence to the theory that they created it. Kind of ironic, isn't it? Being killed by their own creation.
There's got to be a twist to this. I don't buy any of this for a second. Are they really gods?
I'm not really sure that gods exist. At least not in the conventional
sense. Are you a god?
It's almost like that blade is a god.
Yes, he does.
It has the ability to repurpose our spiritual energy. That's how they make their army, right?
I don't know,
maybe. Used it to gain immortality, too.
Alrighty.
If that's true, then where did the blade come from? How terrifying.
Is it, though? Is it really?
What is that thing?
Something seems off about it. Something seems off. Oh my god.
I don't think any ruler is truly evil. The needs of a world and its people are always changing. I think they're out of touch on what Alestia needs right now. And in their heads, I'm sure they consider themselves good.
Probably.
I'm sure they have a reason for all the terrible things they've done. I know the rebellion sure does. Our hands aren't exactly clean.
You're not selling it very well, Pro. I gotta be honest with you. You're not selling this well.
Either they made it, or they found it. Both options are terrifying. If they found it, that means it came from somewhere. Another world, even. In that case, how many worlds, how many people were victim to its power?
Yeah.
On the other
Interesting.
hand,
I've got some thoughts about this.
Yeah,
I have thoughts.
I see you. If you have not hit follow,
I have thoughts.
Why not just
by
do
logic,
it? Come on.
They have to be stronger than it. Doesn't exactly fill you with confidence to march against them, does it?
No, you're really not selling this very well.
It seems like it, but there's no way to know for sure. We've never been under anyone else's lead, right? I imagine it'll be chaotic at first until we figure things out. It's not a turnkey operation. We're talking about ruling a world. Domek, or whoever ends up taking charge, will have to learn a lot. After that, we just have to hope that the people accept new rulers.
Alrighty. Hey, that's the end of it. We did it. I did a thing. What is this thing? Okay, so we've done basically everything, from what I can tell. Nope, that's not what I want. How do I do the thing? Oh. How do I do things? Hold on, what does this do? Oh. Nope, this is outside. I've already been out here. What am I doing? Oh, I can go over here. What if I don't want to yet? Hold on. No. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I forgot how things work.
It's a lot taller than I thought.
Well, it doubles as a sort of...
Shut up, you two. We've already had this conversation. I remember this conversation. How do I go inside? How do you... Oh, wait, it's this, right? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, I get it. We'll do that. Oh, it's my room. I make my way towards one of the private rooms. It's time to get some rest. I didn't drink at all. We didn't do any drinking. It's been a long day, and the subsequent day shows no signs of changing pace. This new life would simply be the nature of things. Everything was different. I let that settle in for a while. It'd be almost impossible to sleep as things stood. All of our lives were flipped around in an instant. Not only that, but put in danger too. Danger! There's no guarantee that any of us would survive this, and we didn't have a choice but to fight. At least I didn't. Regardless of my feelings, I couldn't turn my back on Alestia. If I did that, I'd be saying my own life is more important than the entire world. No matter what or how hard I tried, there's no way I could convince myself that that was true. I sit on the edge of the bed and let out a loud sigh as I lay back. I didn't get much rest before I'm shaken wide awake. The door to my room slowly opens and Valessa and Fortane. It seems they disregard both my privacy and desire to sleep. I rise up to greet them, unsure what to say. Having trouble falling asleep too? You could have knocked, you know. Good to see you too. I was getting lonely. Ooh. I'm gonna do this right here.
Good, because we might be here for a while. Fortune and I have been talking all evening. There's something we need to discuss now.
That's ominous. I don't know if I like this. What do you guys want to say?
Yeah, we both came to the same conclusion. This isn't an order. It's more of a polite demand.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to sleep, you two. What is going on here?
Seer, you need to choose the next Elder of Valenorth.
What are you talking about? We're on a freaking mission. This don't give me that face. Don't give me that face right now. I will scrunch your nose, bunny.
You have a lot on your plate. You can't handle everything responsibly. Valinor's future requires nothing but the utmost care and attention. We can't expect you to lead Valinor and train with that blade.
Yes, you can. I can do more than one thing. What do you think I am, an idiot? Do you think I'm an idiot? Is that what you guys think of me? You guys are like, oh, there's Nathan. He's an idiot. We can't let him do that. No, no, no. He's got way too much
emotional damage,
and I can't possibly do it. So that is just really, really presumptuous of you two.
It's exactly like she said. Listen, I know this may seem sudden to you, but we've been talking about it for a while now.
Why? The elder literally just left. Why have you been talking about it for that long?
We wouldn't feel comfortable leaving Peregrino without a new elder. Someone needs to plot Valinor's future and make choices along the way. Considering you'll be busy with the rebellion, we want you to elect one of us.
This is so much pressure. Melissa nods and smiles. I can tell they're both dead serious.
Let us carry this burden, Seer. Please.
No, I refuse. I rub the fatigue out of my eyes and stare at them for a few moments. It seemed that lately people had a tendency in putting me on the spot. Their intentions were pure, however, to stop me from being overwhelmed. In an effort to alleviate the pressure shouldn't go unnoticed. I cross my arms, continue to stare at them. They look concerned. This is almost like an intervention. I doubt they'll leave without results.
Did we say something wrong? Look, he has no idea what to say.
You don't know that.
And I thought we made our case pretty clear. Look, we're the best two candidates here. You should make your choice before the night is over.
Listen, you guys are being really presumptuous. There's a lot of people in that town. Maybe. They might all be dead, but you're a lot of people in that town. You are not necessarily the only two candidates. We could get back, have an election, and let the people decide. That's what I think we should do.
We can talk about it a little more if you'd like. It'd be best if this wasn't a hasty choice, right? Let's think things through, like a team.
There goes that rest we wanted to have. Looks like I'll have to get comfortable.
What do you mean by that? She makes her way to the back of the room and sits on the chest. It seems uncomfortable, even for a makeshift chair, but she doesn't show it. Forte yawns and rests his back against the windowsill, whistling innocently.
So, what do we talk about?
You guys, did you guys watch that episode of the I don't know. Did you see that latest Marvel movie? Oh wait, that's not one of the choices. Do I really have to choose right now?
Like we said, ruling Valinor requires a lot of attention. Quite frankly, we don't think you have enough to spare.
What? Why are you insulting me right now? This is... They're like, we don't think you're smart enough, okay? You're kind of stupid. Like, literally, whenever we think of you, Nathan, all we can think of is this music. But that's all they can think of. You're just too stupid. Ask if they watched the Super Bowl. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl? What did you think about the game? Did you have a favorite commercial? No? All right.
We just want to help you. For example, that choice about Peregrino, you could have left it to us instead of stressing out about it.
No, I couldn't have, because you were both on the two opposing sides. It was up to me to make the decision.
Doesn't it make more sense to do that in the future? That way, it won't interfere with your training. You need to give that blade all of your effort.
Oh, I do every night. You can't stop that.
Yeah, and we really are the best two candidates.
You keep saying that, but there's no way to know that.
Choice here. I'm sure that both of us will lead Valinor to a great future.
Your mom will lead it to a great future. Ha! Got him.
But first things first, we need to reconnect with the spirits. There's no point settling down on condemned land. We'll have to ensure our future before we plan it out.
All right.
Yeah, He's right. Anything else?
Fortame, why do you want to be elder again? I forgot.
Well, I'm actually a fan of what Milas and his father have done. Valenorth has spent more than enough time being independent. We need to band together. We'll be strong enough to face any threat. Valessa wants to maintain our independence. We can't have that. How long until we're attacked again? The Triumvirate isn't our last enemy, and when that time comes, I want to have allies. We need to be strong.
How many enemies do you think we have? Also, why is this sword over here?
To that end, I would have converted Peregrino into a barracks.
We turned this into a debate.
And I'm going to honor your choice. I'll be proud to lead Valenorth just as you left it.
Well, tell me more. Oh, wait, you're done.
Is that all?
I don't know. You're the one speaking.
Because Milas and his father have given up Valenor's soul. We need to stand apart. Our culture, our line of seers, they're special. Valenorth was and always should be independent. It's just fact.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right here. I feel like this is like, I don't know. I can see both sides, but I'm not like a nationalist or your country first kind of person. So I feel like Valessa probably is more calm-headed about the whole thing, but I kind of agree with Fortame. Like if you're it's not necessarily to be prepared for enemies, but you should always have allies and things. That just makes more sense. You can't isolate yourselves.
Whatever comes our way, we can handle it on our own. That's the way it's been for thousands and thousands of years. This is only happening because we stoked the Triumvirate's ire.
Yeah, and that could happen again. You could stoke somebody else's ire. You could stoke Fortame's ire. Nothing will happen then because he's just too cute and I just want to pinch his little cheek, but you could still have a problem.
That won't happen again. And Fortame can't see that.
Well, why?
He wants to unite with the rest of Alestia and give up our identity. Why waste all of our resources preparing for something that won't happen?
That is faulty logic because it did happen. So you're saying it would never happen again, even though it is happening now.
I think you understand where I'm coming from. Otherwise, you would have turned this place into a barracks. It's important to our identity. We can't just throw it away.
No, that's not why I did it. They're completely only Sith deal in absolutes, exactly. But I kind of
questions?
No. Okay. So hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I actually, if I had to choose between these two, I do think Valessa is the better temperament for a leader, and Fortame is way too freaking naive. But he has the better point here. Now, I don't necessarily think that you should make allies with the express reason being that you're waiting for the next attack. I think that that's a bad decision. But I don't think you can isolate yourselves either. So if I have to choose, if I don't actually even want to choose right now. I feel like it's too early. They both audibly gulp, anticipating my decision. This was it. I decided the direction of Valenor's future. It would either be Fortame's unity or Valessa's independence.
Well, what is it?
Please think this through.
I hate this. I hate that I have to do this right now. I think if I have to choose between that being the major sticking point, I think I would probably have to go with Fortame. But oh man, I that's the weird thing about this is I actually do think you have the better temperament, the better leadership qualities, but Fortame's right. I'm going with you. I choose Fortame. He was right. We need unity and strength in the future. Teaming up with one of the other nations wasn't sacrificing our identity at all. Valessa was wrong. It was simply turning a new page in our books. Time moves forward and things change. Valenorth was isolated for long enough. Perhaps it was the isolation that led to our downfall. We lack strength. Under Fortame's lead, with my blessing, we will find strength.
Wow. Really? This is like a dream come true. I can't believe this is actually happening.
Okay, just don't get too excited. She's still in the room, so don't rub it in.
Yeah, that's a fact. Fortam in charge of our nation. You realize what that means, don't you?
I don't.
Yeah, it means we're finally a team. I won't just be tagging along anymore. The three of us are Valenorth now.
Well, that's a really bad reason for it.
We can travel the world together, creating alliances. After we save Alestia, we can reconnect with the spirits too. We'll have a huge network of allies, ready to take on any challenge.
Alrighty.
I'm going to change history. This is insane.
You're starting to make me think that too. Vanessa sounds like she would like Twitter. She probably would, actually.
Well, I have a few things to say, but I think I need to get some sleep.
I'm sorry, Valessa. I didn't mean it in a bad way. I think you actually would make a great leader, but I think you're wrong in this one instance, and they're making me decide based on this one thing. So that's how it goes. Look how sad she is. I feel bad now. She stands up and walks towards the door, but before she leaves, she turns back to face me. It appears that she's hesitant, unsure if she should speak.
I'm upset. I can't deny that fact. But this won't change the way I treat either of you. I'm still your scribe, and I'm still Fortum's friend.
Okay, that's very good of you. I'm very proud of you.
I'll get over this. I've gotten over much worse.
Like what?
Still help Valenorth in my own way, right? In the end, maybe this is for the best.
Sure. She walks out without displaying much emotion at all. Was she hurt? I made the choice that I thought was most fitting. I guess I'd never know. I'll take her word for it. Things will be fine. This decision could never please both people, and I had to do it. Whatever ramifications came of this would be impossible to avoid. I turned back to Fortame, who looks extremely excited and deep in thought.
When we get to Mazeo, I'll be Valenorth's envoy. Meeting Dominic will be completely different. It'll be diplomatic in nature. We can discuss how to better utilize the bond between our nations.
Okay, but I think he's a little busy. You need to, tone it down a bit. Bring it down. Just scale it down to 9. You're, at 12. You need to scale it back, buddy. It's a good sign that he's already thinking about such things. It wasn't a light decision, and he'd have a lot of responsibilities. If I'd changed the way he approached our entire journey from here on out.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be thinking out loud. Wouldn't be a good idea to give away my strategies.
I'm the seer. You can tell. I can basically, I don't know. I can't read your thoughts, but you should tell me everything. He winks at me and starts walking towards the door. But like Valessa did a moment earlier, he hesitates. He did have something important to say before he left.
Hey, I was actually wanting to ask, do you think I could stay in your room tonight?
Oh.
All this talk about attacks and stuff, it has me scared.
Is that the only reason you want to stay in my room tonight? Aw, I'm just saying.
I mean, I'd feel a little safer with friends nearby. I can sleep on the floor if you don't want me to bother you. You won't even know I'm here.
Oh, no need to take the floor. You can sleep with me. You know, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to do it.
Whoa, are you serious? Thanks. I didn't want to ask in case you weren't comfortable, but I can't turn down the comfort of a warm bed.
That's what you got from that? Okay. He waits for me to get in bed before he hops in. There's more than enough space for both of us to be comfortable. Before closing his eyes, though, he turns to me and speaks softly.
Thanks, Seer.
That's me. You're welcome, Fortame. Good night. Nothing happened. It wasn't much longer before we fell asleep. Darn. But, much to my dismay, I'd get no rest that night. For the fates had something else in store. Okay. Okay. Before I could even comprehend what happened, I'm whisked away from Peregrino. This isn't a vision. These don't happen so fast after falling asleep. This is different. I rub my eyes, and I try to take in more of my surroundings, but where am I? I don't know. It's so dark, with architecture unlike anything I've ever seen. There's nobody here. I'm all by myself, except for that. On the other end of the room, it pulsates and glows. As I look at it, I feel something burn deep inside of me. Not in a bad way, no. This is more like a burning desire, a calling out to me. It wants me to get closer. Click the idol to walk towards it. That's the idol? That's the American Idol? Is there anything else in here I should look at? Just checking. Nope. All right, let's do it. I take one step forward, keeping my eyes on the mysterious object. As soon as my foot lands on the ground, pain courses through my body. I'm brought to my knees. It's almost like slowly draining my energy. When it subsides, I stand back up, but the desire hasn't gone away. I need to get closer. I need to know exactly what this thing is. My burning curiosity trumps any care for my own well-being. Even though I object to such mindset, I keep moving forward. It's almost like my body is moving on its own without my input. Okay, here we go. I take another step and the pain returns to my body, but this time it's worse. I'm brought to my knees and I can't seem to get back up. It's tearing me apart. It's tearing me apart, Lisa! You're tearing me apart! Unable to move as it continues to harm my spirit. I can't move. Stop. Oh, it's these guys. No. I immediately fall to the ground as I hear the voice from behind me. But it's not a bad thing, as I gain full control over my body. Whatever was controlling me, they had put a stop to it. I turn around and take steps towards them, grateful. I could tell the farther away from that object I was, the better. But when I reach this mysterious person, I'm not prepared for what I see.
It's almost instinctual now. Interesting. Sorry for not being here right away. I didn't know you'd come so fast. That means things have slowed down on your end. I see.
Do you see? Because I see too. And I see that you have no face. And that's weird. But what do you got to tell me? The triumvirate. I can tell right away. Or at least one of them, since I only see one cloak before me. Oh damn, they said you're a bottom? Well, they are pretty, clairvoyant, so they might know things. They may know things, but that, that's a mystery. We'll see. No. What? They wave their hand forward, and I can no longer move. Letting out a chuckle, they start walking towards me.
Even now, corruption grows within you. It can flow from the most noble of actions. But is that corruption what you truly want?
Maybe. I've been known to do some corruption in my time.
There is no way to discern the consequences of your actions. You act instinctively, much like before. You do what you think is right. But what is right, and what is pure? Well, those are two different things.
You're right. Those are two different words that are not the same. You know words. I'm proud of you. They strike a pose as if they were lost in thought.
You know who I am, or at least what I belong to. I speak not for the triumvirate, but of my own accord. Not that this would go against the wishes of my subordinates.
Wait, are you like the head? You're like the the try and the umvirant. You're like, ow. You're like the try. You're the try and that the other one's and the other guy's virit. You can do that? You can, absolutely. Subordinates. Does this mean I'm in the presence of the triumvirate's leader? He is try. And then there's and then there's irate.
That power within you is a truly wonderful thing. So much strength, gifted to you by the realm of spirits. But you have to ask yourself, is it truly a gift?
I have no idea. I was born with it. Or maybe it's Maybelline.
Do you act in Alessia's best interests?
No. No, I do not.
Until now, everyone in Valinor assumed the two aligned. But things are changing. They're starting to make a push.
Oh yeah? I strain myself trying to move, but to no avail. Whatever they've done, they've taken over control of my body.
What purpose is your journey if it ends in complete corruption? Keep that in mind as you stride forward, and make those tough choices. Many of them breed corruption. The pursuit of strength, for example.
Oh, is that because I picked the bunny? Listen, he's just my friend, and I just was trying to get him into bed. Like, true thing here, buddy. Like, I was just trying to get him into bed. And it worked. Did you see that? It worked.
Before you go, I did call you here for one purpose.
Alrighty. They mentioned the idol at the back of the room before waving their arm. As the ability to move returns to my body, I stumble, failing to balance myself. How is it possible to do this? They can manipulate spiritual energy without the blade? I regain my balance and immediately turn to look at the idol.
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's never been a more pure form of corruption. You seek to dethrone us. Isn't that your goal?
No, not me specifically.
In that case, remember one thing.
Oh, I can barely remember one thing, period, so that hopefully it makes room. They lifted their head, and though I can't see their face, I assume they're smiling. With a final wave of their hand, I collapse to the ground and my vision fades away.
The only thing that can destroy pure corruption is purity itself, embodied.
Oh, we're screwed then, because that's definitely not me. I'm more trying to have all the BFs. That's my plan. So I'm not pure at all. My purity is already gone. I hear the words, but I seem to exist in a void of nothingness. I don't understand what just happened. I'm only left with a multitude of questions. My actions can influence the purity or corruption of the power inside me. That doesn't make any sense, but then again, maybe that's what they wanted. They wanted to confuse me, to try and push me down a different path. Of course, they'd want to scare me away from the decisions that would harm my reign, or their reign. Or would they? Probably. Almost immediately, I find myself back in Pellegrino. I got no sleep. And thanks to what just happened, I doubt I would on any other night. The lingering fright that this made happen again, it was almost crippling. The sun shines through the window, illuminating the room. I can see how covered in dust everything is. Overnight patrons must be rare. As I scan the room, I notice the entire section is dust-free, for Tame is cleaning.
Oh, hey! Good morning, Seer. I saw all this dust and couldn't help myself. Sure, it lost me a few hours of sleep, but I don't care.
You're weird. You're very weird. But that's okay, because you're cute. I can't blame you.
How about you? How did you sleep?
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, well, I don't blame you. The beds at home are a lot more comfortable. I heard Ulrich talking outside. We're skipping breakfast.
Why? Breakfast is an important meal. We should definitely eat. If I didn't sleep, I better have some eggs and bacon.
When we're all ready, we're heading to Museo. I think you can tell what I'm planning, right? we'll finally be able to share some apples.
Oh, baby. I'll share apples with you any day, buddy. He smiles and his ears perk up. Skipping breakfast didn't sound all that appealing, but I'm sure Museo would have no shortage of cuisine. Someone knocks on the door and up to the room a few times. After hearing no objections, they slowly enter the room. It's Valessa, and she's let out a huge yawn before speaking.
Oh, hey, Fortune.
I was gonna look for you too. Glad to know I didn't end up wasting time.
Yeah, because we slept together. Are you jealous now? What do you think of that? What do you think of that?
Morning, Valessa. Sleep well?
I suppose so, all things considered. There's a whole host of questions I want to ask. As soon as we meet Dominic, I expect to get answers.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hopefully as the elder, I can get him to talk. It's a bit different when it's a political ally asking.
Okay, now you're just kind of rubbing it in.
To support an ongoing donation
He's rubbing
drive
it in.
Right here
Don't
on
rub
Twitch
it in
for the
for
Lemur
things.
Conservation Foundation. If you want to support the stream
Makes
in an
sense, I
awesome
guess.
way and can afford it,
Maybe I'll
check
give
it
you
out.
my list or something.
To learn more,
Then
check
it'll
out the
be a
link in
matter
chat
of
at
Museo
theleemthatstreams.org.
relations.
Perfect.
Not a bad idea, actually. Either way, I expect to know a lot more in a few days. I can't wait to meet Dominic and the rest of the Rebel Alliance.
Me too.
So, are you
Me
ready to
too.
go? Ulrich
You
and Crow
too?
are waiting out front. I guess the outlook is pretty close to Peregrino.
Oh, good. The outlook?
I'm good. Unless there's something else we need to do.
They both look at me. I guess it's my choice. It might be a good chance to get some private time with my friends, but Ulrich and Pro can get impatient if we wasted time chatting in Pellegrino. Either way, I know one thing for certain. I shouldn't tell them what happened. The triumvirate taking me to their chambers, and personally, would they even believe me? I should let it process for a bit longer and see what happens again before telling anybody. I pause and they wait for my next move. Okay, purity and corruption. Over the course of the game, you will make important decisions. They will increase your background stat known as purity and corruption. You can monitor these stats on the save screen. So now I'm curious. You can now click on purity and corruption icons in the game for more information. I'm curious what I did. Hold on. Oh, wait. Heart-to-heart conversations. When marked with a heart, talking to a comrade starts a special scene. You can only play these once, and your character decisions are final. They are scattered throughout the game, and you must be done in order. Ooh. These scenes are key to solidifying friendships and pursuing romance. Doing a character's heart-to-heart will eventually unlock loyalty quests. The personal stories of each comrade are just as important as the main quest. Alrighty. Ooh, I got 2 of them. Hold on, I want to see something. I have... Okay, so far, I've done only pure things. Okay, good. Let me do my heart-to-hearts. I'm gonna start with Valessa. Wait a minute. Hold on. If I do hers, am I not going to be able to do his 2 Fortames after this, or can I do both? I'm assuming I can do both, so I'm going to do that. Valessa is walking from one end of the room to another. She looks annoyed. It could be any number. You can do both. Okay, good. It could be any number of things, but I decide to talk to her and figure some things out. As soon as I approach her, she stops in her tracks and lets out an exasperated sigh.
I can't believe Fortum is in charge now. No offense. My vision for the future of Valenworth was just so clear. But now everything is changing. It's not home anymore.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Things change, lady. Get over it. I'm a good leader, right? I'm great.
That is, if we can even find a way to save it. You know, reconnecting with the spirits or whatever. I'm starting to think that's quite the tall order.
I'm also tall. Yes, I'm not lying.
I'm not saying it'd be any simpler if you chose me. It's just... Never mind. I actually don't know what I'm saying. Whatever comes to mind seems to be coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, well, you know, that's fine.
Sorry for rambling on. It's just a lot to take in.
That's what
But
she said.
Being able to talk about it definitely helps. Thanks, Sierra.
I haven't said a
At the end of
word.
the day, being able to confide in you is great.
I haven't said a word. I haven't said a thing. Of course, we'll handle everything together. Perfect. My policy is to flirt with everybody 100% of the time. That's my policy. She blushes and rubs the back of her head with a hand. Shuffling awkwardly in place, I can tell she's flattered.
That's good to hear, Sierra.
That's
Nobody
me.
should go through this stuff alone. It's a lot better, feeling like I'm part of a team.
Right. I also just slept with 4 tames, so you should know that. She seems to disregard my advance, so I decide to back off. Perhaps the timing was imperfect. I can always try again later. All right, fair enough.
Let's not get too far off track, all right?
Okay, we won't. It's hard to get a read on her next expression, but she shuffles about some more. Taking a few steps away from me, she rests her head or back against the wall. I take a closer step towards her, inching ourselves away from Fortame.
What am I going to do?
I don't know. Threesomes with her and Fortame win. You know, hey, we're a team now. We share everything. That's a thing we could do.
From this point forward, your visions are very important. I doubt that the one you had about Valonorth will be the last, especially now that this blade is involved in everything.
Perfect.
We need to make an important decision here. Do we involve the rest of Valestia with this stuff? Or do we keep the visions to ourselves, like always?
You and your, isolationist bullshit. Stop.
If we start to serve them with our visions, they'll be dependent. After this war is over, they could expect us to keep helping out.
Mm-hmm.
Or even worse, people with ill intent could force us to help. Should we keep our roles as secret as possible? Or should we openly tell everybody who we are? This is the first time Asir has left Valonorth.
I'm pretty sure some people already know, so...
We're making history. But what kind of history do we make?
I think we should do this one, because you keep doing this.
Do you really think so? The world is full of horrible people, you know. We can't trust that everybody will be on our side.
You need to open up. Maybe say hi to someone downstairs. Maybe make a friend. Get a hobby. Do something. I don't know. Stop being so closed off to everybody.
Even if they act like it, they could just be using us.
They might be.
I'd say I trust our judgment, but I'm not so sure. I can play along, so it doesn't seem like I'm hiding anything. But the moment someone rubs me the wrong way, I'll tell you. Better to stay on our toes. Otherwise, they'd trample all over us.
Okay. Maybe some people like that. Did you think maybe you like that? You don't know because you don't let yourself experience things.
Thanks for giving me your advice here. It's good to have some direction. I was feeling lost. I'm glad to know we can keep working together like this.
Perfect. I can work with you. I can work with Fortame. We can all work together at the same time. It's perfect. Of course, we can do more than just work together. Whoa!
I know. Trust me, I know. But is this really the time to talk about that stuff?
Yes.
It's not that I'm not interested. It's just timing.
Now is the only time. Because what if we die tomorrow? Then we've never got to experience it.
Maybe I'll feel a bit different once we get to Mazeo. Settling down in the Rebel HQ might make things easier. Right now, there's just so much happening, and we're mobile.
Okay.
It'll take some time before I can think about that stuff. If only the day went by normally. Who knows what would have happened?
Who knows? Anything could happen. Even our booty time. She smiles at me and seems more accepting of my advances. However, the way things were, I understood her exception. It would be better to talk about this stuff later on.
Let's get things moving, alright? Like I said, I have a better sense of direction now. Or at the very least, my mind is more clear.
Perfect.
That's all I needed.
Great. I'm glad. Letting out a sigh, she starts to walk away. I'm glad I decided to reach out to her like this. A clouded mind could affect her performance. If she wanted to win this, everyone would need to be resolute. I shouldn't miss any opportunity to bond with my friends and comrades. Their survival and future would directly relate to their morale. Engage in a heart-to-heart conversation. I got another one to do. Yes, let's do it. I have truly come to press college student and I'm making kid cuisine dino nuggets for dinner. Those are delicious though, because they come with like the little brownie too, and like the fries. They're delicious. That's not a bad decision. Those are good decisions. It looks like something is bothering Fortame. I approach him and I decide to ask what's on his mind. He seems a little startled, as if he was lost in thought.
Oh, hey there, Seer. What's wrong? Nothing, really. I'm just thinking about, well,
these ones came with pretzels and chocolate. That's fine. That's good too. This sounds delicious.
I got a good sleep last night, so that helped. Better than being restless and alone with my thoughts. I'm just thinking about the future a lot right now.
Well, you wanted it. It was you kept telling me, oh, I would make a great leader. I would make a great leader. Now you're like, I don't know if I can do it. Oh, man, regret.
I gotta figure out how to make you proud. As elder, I mean. Just give me some time to figure stuff out. Then I'll shine. It's not like I can fully adapt to being our
But also much more exciting than the adult version. Why can't we get Dino Nuggies? They do need to make like Dino Nuggies the adult. Like Hungry Man, like, you know, like the frozen dinners from Hungry Man, they should make Dino Nuggies. That would be great. He gives me a nervous laugh before shuffling awkwardly. There's something else on his mind, I can tell. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think it would be great.
Thanks for letting me sleep here with you, by the way. It helped me process things in my head a little bit more. If it weren't for that, I would have been too scared to think.
Aw. Well, you can sleep with me anytime you want. How's that sound? Deal?
Like, what if they attacked in the middle of the night? We all know they'd have to pass by Peregrino first. I was honestly scared we might die here last night.
You are paranoid, my god.
So yeah, thanks a million. But there's one more thing I want to say. Last night, I had a really bad dream.
Oh? So, well, turns out we have something in common.
We were making our way down toward Mazeo, but we weren't with Pro and Ulrich. It was our parents. I kept telling them not to go. I knew they wouldn't come back.
He clenches his fist and trembles slightly.
But they didn't listen. They just kept going. I ran until my legs could barely move, and then I ran even more. It actually felt like I could save them. If I only tried. Eventually, we made it to the gates of Mazeo. Or at least I think they were. I've never actually been there. But this is the worst part. They finally turned to face us. And that's when I realized something shocking. I don't remember what my parents looked like, Seer. Their faces were a blur.
Ouch.
Almost like they were nobody. They started to speak, but I didn't recognize their voices. Has it been so long that I'm forgetting my own parents? I tried so hard to picture them when I woke up. I couldn't.
How old were they when this happened? Like, it might be excusable.
When they died, everyone told me they weren't really gone. That they'd live on forever, inside of my memory. But even that's fading, Seer. What happens next?
Have you ever seen the movie Coco? Because they explain that there. So if you forget them, that's when they truly disappear in the afterlife. So you have every reason to feel guilty. Oh no, he's old. Oh no, he's old, right? He is getting old.
Back at the Grand Tree, I said I wanted vengeance. I wanted to take down the Triumvirate to avenge our parents. But this dream was kind of like a wake-up call, you know?
Sure, what did you learn from it?
Why should I fight for something that doesn't exist? And better yet, something I can't even picture in my head. There are so many reasons to fight, all of them less selfish.
You're learning. You're learning?
So, I think I want to fight for you.
Oh.
I want to make sure that you're safe and you survive this. When it comes to you, the entirety of Alestia is at stake.
Good boy, such a good boy.
He continues to tremble, and I can tell he's fighting back tears. It's almost like his dream is helping him move on from his parents. He's becoming more grounded in reality and in the here and now. Hug him and console him. Hell yeah. I take a few steps forward and wrap my arms around him. He gasps in surprise, and I notice he's trembling, his trembling came to a halt. A few moments later, I feel his arms return the hug, squeezing tight.
I just miss them so much.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. He sniffles softly like he's overcome with imminent tears.
At the end of the dream, when they turned back, I ran toward them and tried to hug them one more time. But I didn't feel anything when I did, and the dream ended. But right now, I'm definitely feeling something, and I know this won't end. I know you're not going anywhere.
I think he might have just screwed me there. It's okay, buddy. You're a chief now. Yeah, you're the elder now. You know, you need to buck up. Buck up, okay? He hugs me tighter, and I do so as well.
This is what I need to fight for.
Wow.
The things that are right in front of me.
Okay.
The things that matter. And the things I cherish.
Is that me? Do you cherish me? I nod and let our embrace continue. It seems to last forever, but I don't mind. I'm not crying. You are? It is cute. It is very cute. I'd let it last as long as it needs to for tame. That was a great conversation. I'm glad we had it. How do I get out of here? I don't even know. I'm done with these conversations, so I'm good. Here we go. I'm down here now. Booze?
Wow, there's so much to choose from.
It's morning, Tame. Don't even start with me. Oh, we're gonna just
Trust me.
Sure.
All right, we've already had this conversation.
Don't worry.
I didn't know I'd repeat the conversation.
Nope.
I didn't know we'd have this. Okay, never mind. Anyway, everything here is done. Here we go. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. It might be 6 a.m. though. That's the thing. Where am I going? Am I supposed to leave, like, entirely? Ah, the Outlook. That's the plan. All right, here we go. We're going to Outlook. After a trek that was longer than expected, we finally reached the Outlook. There was a long uphill walk, so my legs are strained and tired. That, along with my lack of sleep, was an unfortunate combination.
Well, here we are. Samira told me you've never been. Take a look down there. What do you think?
Down where? Down here? Because, I'm looking down there. You comfortable with this? You comfortable with that view? All right. He lets out a soft laugh like he's anticipating our reaction. After a few more steps, we reach the high ground and everything comes into view. The scope of our world and just how small Valenorth really was finally dawned upon me.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Are we talking about this back here? Because it is pretty nice. They stop to catch their breath as they run up the hill in excitement. We can see that the entirety of Mazeo. Damn, letting your lack of sleep get you to skill issue. Gotta say, or stay up until your brain stops you. Hey, listen, sometimes it's good. He didn't sleep. Nobody, well, these two slept, I guess. He had a bad dream. I don't know about you. You might have slept just fine. And it looks like tiny from up here. What is? Can we see this place? I don't see it anywhere. Where are we seeing this? But I know it's much larger than Valenorth, so it's hard to comprehend.
That's Mazeo?
Where? I don't see nothing.
Yeah, we can probably reach it in a few more hours. But take a while to enjoy the view. It's really something else. And it's not like we'll be coming back here anytime soon, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
No. Pro takes a few steps forward, writing in some kind of journal. He watches Ulrich, not even needing to stare at the paper as he wrote.
And so, Ulrich stood at the entrance of the world, enthralled by its beauty. It would seem that his dreams for the future were no less grand than the sight before him. With comrades in tow, they took in.
I have a healthy schedule. Staying up 2 days straight and then passing out definitely is what doctors advise, especially combined with stress from school. Yeah, Jojo, don't do that. Listen. I know it feels like you have to do that when you're in school. Sometimes it just feels like that, but you don't. You don't have to do that. Take care of yourself. It's very important. Always make sure to do that. What did you say? Something about a book you're writing? Why does he look, you know what, I know he's a canine, but like from the side, he kind of looks like an otter or like a seal or something.
Much longer if you keep that up, Pro.
Yikes. It's not like this is my job or anything. You know I'm trying to record.
It's more the consequence of taking 20 credits, so I have a ton of work. I know, but just remember to take care of yourself. You can't do the work incredibly well if you're not taking care of yourself. It makes it harder for you to do it. So just remember, always take a step back and go, you know, what's most important at this moment. Remember, sleep is also a big part of that, so don't forget to take care of yourself.
You must be grasping at straws if you're writing about me then. Focus on the seer or something. This is the start of his journey.
Or maybe you could focus on this.
Huh? We all turn to Fortain, and he's holding out his hands. Inside of the cup he's formed with them rests a single crimson leaf. The breeze flows through the area, sending a chill through all of us. Immediately, we turn towards Valenorth in awe of what we see. The blood leaves are falling, making their journey through the sky. Carried by the chilling wind, they find their way down to the mainland.
Wow.
I wish I could see any of this.
This shouldn't be happening, right? The blood leaves don't fall at this time of year.
Clearly they do. Which means I can't do fun things in game like I get to design all the stuff in the engine, but I don't have enough time to rewrite entire game to follow it. I mean, yeah, true. Bloodleaf sounds ominous. It does sound ominous. I know, true, but you'll find your time. You just have to like make sure you're taking care of yourself, and then like, you know, the more you do that, the better routine you'll get into, and hopefully that means you'll find times when you can. But you know, it's not worth it to, you know, put yourself through too much strain. You know, I know there's going to be times where you're going to have to do some of that stuff, but don't put yourself through too much of it.
He's right, everyone. Normally it's too warm for them to wilt and fall. I know what this means. Valenorth is starting to die.
Well, Fortame, I got to tell you, your time as elder is not starting off well. This is not boding well for your leadership skills. I'm just going to put that out there.
You mean because of the dim spirit idol?
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen so fast. We need to hurry. If we don't do something, our home will...
Ulrich steps forward and rests a hand on Valesha's shoulder.
Don't worry. We'll figure out a way to save your village. We are saving Alestia, and that includes Valenorth.
She nods, and we turn back to stare down at the mainland. For a moment, the falling of the blood leaves was more of a beautiful sight. But was this a blessing or perhaps a portent of bad things to come? Pro remains silent, but continues writing in his notebook. Surely, this would give him enough material to keep him busy for a while. I look at Valessa and Fortame, and they give me a nervous smile.
Are you ready, Seer?
No.
I guess this is where things truly begin.
That's true. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not ready, but I managed. Let's do this.
As a team.
Let's go. Oh, Valessa, only if you knew.
I'm stronger for having
She
you
doesn't
by my
know
side.
yet. Yes, me too. Ulrich takes a few steps back, letting us have our moment. He knew how important it was for the three of us. It was perhaps the biggest moment of our lives.
So this is it, huh?
One more step, and I'll be the furthest from home that I've ever been. She lets go of the blood leaves she held in her hand, and the gust of wind from behind us helps them sail down to Mizeo.
Now, it's our turn.
Yes, jump. Everybody get on the wind. We'll fly to the museo. We'll be there in like 10 minutes, I promise. I noticed Fortane wipe his eyes with his forearm. Was he crying? He cries a lot, so that's not that surprising. It's probably best not to point this out, as I didn't want to embarrass him. He clenches his fist and looked to the sky with closed eyes.
I wish you could be here with us. Don't worry, Mom and Dad. I'll make you proud.
Okay, now everybody knows, so I can't really embarrass him now. It's too late. He turns to us and smiles. Ulrich can tell that the moment is over. Without saying anything, he starts walking down to the outlook. From what I can see, the trail takes us all the way down to Museo. This was it. This was the moment our journey began.
As a group, we headed down to Museo, with our resolve peaked.
Uh-huh.
In that moment, it seemed like our goal was both clear and within our grasp. However, Museo would soon prove how wrong and naive we truly were.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Oh. Plays Pokemon theme song, right? True. Okay, I guess I could do these guys. Parallel Chronicle, the Triumvirate 1. Let's go. Hey, I know this place. The Triumvirate gathered in their chambers near the glowing idol. With a faint smile on their faces, they gazed deep into its corruption. As if nobody else was in sight, they had no need to keep up appearances.
It appears that things have finally begun. Did you have your audience with the seer, Master? Yes, indeed. It went just as planned. Doubt is a very powerful weapon. When wielded properly, you are right.
Triumvir. I guess I didn't realize until now they might have 3 different names.
Perhaps too much? Or at the very
The Triumvirate.
Not enough. But we waited longer in the past.
One of the Triumvirs lowers their hood. Taking a deep breath, they sigh in relief.
So,
what?
You think this is the end?
He's a puppy. He's a puppy. Maybe. The other Triumvir follows in turn, lowering their hood. However, their master chooses not to do the same.
I suppose that rests with the seer. Let us watch and see what unfolds.
Okay, why does a hood make your voice weird? I just want to know. That's a weird hood. That's weird that a hood could do that. Anyway. Ow! There's pie on my head. That's weird. Travel to Museo? Ooh, spooky, right? Let's go. Is that... Wait, that's not it. Where am I going? Is it... Oh. It means it's easy for me to be pie someone. Yes. Where am I going? I don't know. Here, I guess. Let's go here. As we take our first steps away from Valenorth, I make my note of my surroundings. It's over here. I'm between some rocks. I am aware of the rocks that are around me. They're right there on both sides. So I am very aware of my noted surroundings. Ow! Damn it. Not as much as I've changed, yet in my heart I can feel the indescribable difference. Crimson leaves litter the ground, remnants of the earlier spectacle.
Wow, they look pretty cool, huh?
You know what else looks cool? This guy. Who's got 2 thumbs and is pretty freaking cool? This guy. That's right. Anyway. I just realized that the Triumvirate practice talking in the same way and in unison when no one's looking. I wonder if they do. Do you think they do? Do you think they get together like on, like it's Sunday, afternoon at like 2:30 and they get together and they're like, okay guys, got to keep this up. So everybody, put your hood on and then we got to try talking in, triplet. I'm going to keep practice at it. Steve, You've been like at least one syllable back from the rest of us for like the past 3 weeks, so we need you to keep up, okay? Could you get your shit together? Okay, thanks, Steve. Let's move on. Maybe Steve, because Steve was that like lamb or sheep or whatever, and maybe that's how Steve lost his spot and ended up on that guy's shoulder because he couldn't keep up with the speaking thing.
It was definitely a nice send-off. I just hope the Mazayans aren't afraid.
Oh, they should be very afraid. They're going to see you walking up with the deep V going on. They're going to be like, oh, I'm intimidated right now.
Why would they be afraid?
Many Alestians see it as an ill omen.
Really? But they're just leaves.
They used to be the quadrumvirate. Yeah, they probably did. And then Steve the lamb is no more.
You know how superstitious people can be.
I was taught that they're tears from the spirit realm. You know, the spirits crying out. But I don't know why. Perhaps our parents were reaching out to us.
Only the cool kids join the conspiracy on Discord. So
that's
I
true.
can see why you are not there. Just
perhaps our parents are reaching out to us. The only person who's crying here today, Valessa, is definitely Forte, because he does it all the time. He's Mr. Tearful.
Case in point, Pro.
Fair enough. Anyway, there was something I had to say. Don't you think it's a little odd to walk around like that?
Walk around like what? Hey, you're no looker yourself, bro. You mean without holding your hand? You're right. That's a good line right there. I was like, oh, you mean without holding your hand? Okay, let's do it, baby. Bam.
What? No, that's not what I meant at all.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
About the Blade of Exodus, you know? We need to cover it up so nobody sees it.
You say you want me to cover up my blade. I mean, if Ulrich doesn't have to do it, I don't see why I gotta do it. Damn the Riz, right?
That's actually a good idea. We don't know how many eyes will be on us. It might help us get past the gate guard.
Fine, I'll put some pants on, okay? I'm sorry. And everyone's like, oh, there's Nathan with his sword swinging all over the place. But, you know, it's breezy. It's nice out. It's getting some airiness going, you know? I'm sorry.
Yeah, they wouldn't take kindly to seeing that.
Maybe some of them would.
Enough of travelers from Valinor.
All right.
What? But we wouldn't do anything.
You might. With that face, I think you might.
That's exactly the point.
People from Valinor would never harm Azael, true. But that's what makes it the perfect excuse for wrongdoers. Say you're from Valinor and get through without a second thought.
Okay.
That's awful.
You're awful. How about that?
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're keen on that trick. They'll end up questioning us no matter what we say.
I'll question you, like right now. What are you going to do about it?
So we need to cover up the blade.
Fine, I'll wear pants. Okay, I get it. I'm sorry I'm not wearing pants. It's nice out. I like the breeze. My bad.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing I brought this then.
You brought my pants? Why do you have them? Why indeed. Nothing will be scarier than updating code software like, there's an update to Visual Studio. There's a chance it will break all my code. You're right. Visual Studio can definitely do that. I miss Adam so much. I miss Adam so much. I do. Wear a skirt instead. Assert your dominance. Is that like when I wore the dress?
Jojo, if you want to assert your dominance, wearing a skirt can certainly make a statement.
You're right.
Just make sure to rock that skirt with confidence and show them who's in charge. Remember, it's all about flaunting your power and looking fabulous while doing it. Go slay, my friend.
Bam, you got Theo's encouragement. Get at it. Also, I did wear a dress earlier in the game, so I could definitely pull it off. She holds up a cloth that was wrapping the blade at the grand tree. It's large enough that I can wrap it around myself like a cloak. Hell yeah, Theo. Fuck yeah. I'm positive that they'll ask what's underneath, but it's worth a try.
What do we do if they don't buy it?
Well, we're not selling it, so I don't see what the point is.
Well, I'll play some of my patented charm.
You won't even hold my hand, so I'm not sure that's gonna work.
We're doomed.
Fortame and Valesha share a quick laugh while Pro fumes. Erlich crosses his arms and starts to come up with a plan.
There's still a long way to go, so let's walk and talk. We're losing time, and that's the one thing we can't afford to lose.
Ulrich, listen, I'm sorry, but I don't think Pro can do that. That's too many tasks at once, okay? So let's keep that in mind. Immediately after, Valesha hands me the cloth from earlier. I knew that many people in Mazeo were part of the rebellion, but not everybody. The gate guard must be an example of those not under Damek's thumb, at least yet.
All right.
Alrighty. I wrapped the cloak around my back and fashioned the top into a hood. The blade of Exodus, as well as my identity, was sufficiently masked. With a small hope and this facade will work, we continue towards Mazeo. Look, Ulrich, not everybody is as cool as you. Exactly. Oh, nope. I'm still... Wait, no, I love this. Okay, I'm going to end this little mountain pass. I'm going to have a chat with everybody. Okay, let's start with this. View Parallel Chronicle Grizz 2. Let's go. As Alex left his office, Grizz sat in contemplation. It wouldn't be long before Lilith, his assistant, walked into her room. It was her duty to document and follow up with Grizz after every meeting.
So, how'd it go?
Hello, Lilith.
As good as it could have, which
hello, Steve.
Isn't saying much.
There's Steve. Looking good, Steve.
What would you have me put on the record?
Negotiations to resume with more parties present. I think that about sums it up while I gather my bearings.
Alrighty. Hello, Mala. Hello, everyone. Mala has arrived indeed. Welcome. I'm good. I can't complain. How are you doing? I'm playing a game with even the old men have the deepest of V's, and it is great. Negotiations to resume with more parties present.
Very well. And what about...
What's happening? Yeah, we are making our way towards a city called Mazeo. I have made Little Crying Bunny Man into the leader of my former village, and apparently winter is coming. I guess that's actually a thing in this game. Winter is coming, so that's apparently what's happening so far. Also, there's people who can speak in, like, multiple voices, but only when they're wearing a hood. It's very confusing.
Initially, I wanted them to
and this up here. We've already determined that this poor sheep is named Steve. That's his name.
Securing ships.
Steve just hangs out up there now. What are you gonna do?
That shouldn't be too hard, right? The pirates have an enormous army.
They might.
Combined, yeah.
Steve the sheep.
Can't win them all over.
Look, he's looking at you right now.
Alex and Nada will both be fighting to cut a deal with me. And I'm afraid no matter who we side with, things will change.
For who exactly?
You. You specifically, you. There's no way around this. It's absolutely you.
Everybody. Lilith,
you
send for Damek. He'll need to be present at the final negotiations.
Of course, sir.
Of course. Who would have missed it? You did.
I have a feeling he'll be bringing the seer too, Lilith. With everybody under one roof, we can finally make some progress. At the end of the day, Mazeo and the rebellion will be allied with the pirates.
That works well for everybody in every movie and everything. The pirates never do anything to betray your trust. It never happens.
Never thought I'd see the day. I guess we just have to choose who to side with.
The pirates. He just said that. Were you not listening?
That's why I need to see Damek as well. He'll be leading the final battle, so he needs to choose. I trust his decision and his sense of strategy more than you know.
Should he really be making choices that affect the future of Mazeo?
Yes.
I think it's in our best interest.
Pirates are always good. Every time.
I don't think I'll be here much
Every
longer.
time.
I only hope that we can leave behind a peaceful future for Mazeo.
Yes. Probably not. Okay, that was that, so I can have a talk between these two. That is Ulrich, I think? One Piece Pirates? Exactly. They're going to be the One Piece Pirates. Although the leader of the pirates was adorable. You should have seen the ears. They were amazing. I just wanted to pet them so bad.
So, about that charm.
Me? Oh, wait. No, you're talking about...
Yeah?
Yeah? Show it to us, puppy.
When are you going to start turning it on?
It's been on this whole time.
Uh-oh, we are screwed.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Fortame, like you have charm. Like you have charm.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
It means you think highly of your own ability. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a little...
Oh, nice, right?
Too highly.
A little too highly.
That's not true.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? Charm me, then.
Wait a minute. You were sleeping with me. Literally last night. What are you doing?
You mean right now?
Do it. I want to see it. Pro, give it a go. Let's see this go. Let's do it. I'll even set you up. Go for it.
Yeah, right here, right now. Shouldn't be too hard for someone like yourself.
No, well...
Come on. Come on, Pro, riz him up.
It takes a bit to get in the groove.
Okay. We can give you a moment. I'll give you a moment. Let's go. I'll just give you a second to like kind of get into the... Here, we'll just wait until you're ready.
Oh, is that so? Sounds like an excuse to me.
It might be.
It's not.
Fun fact, being a pirate was actually very lucrative because the captain was elected, so the crew had the rights and could just mutiny if the captain was bad. And then they made more than other jobs because loot of my boy Blackbeard, or Blockade in the Carolinas, just got medicine for his crew. That's something that definitely happens. Light a candle, pour some wine, do all those things. Let's see what you got there, buddy.
All right, then. Just hurry it up, bro. I'd tell you to take your time, but I don't want to die of old age.
You are the elder now, I guess, so can't take that long. In other words, AC4 is very accurate.
Well, Jojo, ACIV may be accurate in some ways, but I doubt they included all the furry pirates in their booty hunts. Can you imagine Edward Kenway with a waggy fox tail or a raccoon mask?
I could actually.
Would definitely add a new level of swagger to the game, don't you think?
No, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could see Edward Kenway with a raccoon tail. I could see Edward Kenway as a raccoon. That would be great.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. What's up? What's up, bro?
There's not much to say that you don't already know.
Theo, I have an idea.
Providing goods and services to Valinor and Alarinthia, where there's a large piracy scene, providing the more illicit goods and services.
Oh, I've got your illicit goods right here. Honestly, a raccoon pirate sounds pretty cool. I'm pretty sure...
Absolutely. A raccoon pirate would be totally epic.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought Sly Cooper had already done that for sure.
He could be the ultimate bandit of the high seas, always one step ahead of everyone else. Talk about fur-tastic adventures.
You're right. I do think Sly Cooper did do it. Pretty sure. Like why everybody always makes them sharks. I want more species. I always thought. Actually, this is true. When I first picked a lemur as like my character, which was not this Nazin, but it was named Jasper. One of the influences of picking that is because I kind of wanted to create a character that was very much like Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean. And I was like, if Jack Sparrow was an animal, what would he be? And immediately I was like, oh, he would be a ring-tailed lemur. Definitely be a ring-tailed lemur. So that is proof that lemurs are pirates. It's confirmed.
The occupation was supposed to make things better, but it didn't. It only created more laws to break, and they haven't even cracked down on them. The mayor has slowly defected to our side.
You can see Jack as a lemur. I was 100%. I made a pirate character who was a lizard because I saw it and was like, yo, that's cool. That'd be cool and it fits his character. Jack Sparkeem. Exactly.
They only wanted the spirit idol hidden underneath Mazeo. We're sure of it. The introduction of law and order to the city of Mazeo was justification enough for them. If they truly wanted to keep Mazeo in line, they'd be enforcing the laws they put in place.
But they don't. What can you tell me about the mayor?
His name is Grizz.
Oh, he's the mayor. Plus lemur love, indeed. We should always be in lemur love time.
Our plans would have gotten this far without his assistance.
I didn't know Grizz was the mayor. That's good to know. How long has he been in charge of Mazeo?
He took part in the occupation, actually, and slowly realized he was wrong. So that would mean he's been in power for
Shout out to my code professor who just reuses assignments. So if you did the last one, you'll pass. Well, that's good. That makes it easier. For sure.
As time passed, he realized he was being lied to. That's what the triumvirate does. They tell you that you're getting what you want, but it's just a cover to use you. I guess he got fed up and realized that the rebellion could actually deliver.
Like, they deliver, like, Grubhub? Maybe they could deliver some pizza? That would be good. I would agree with you.
I'd say so, yeah. This isn't a sudden defection or anything like that. It's been slowly happening over the last 20 years. I saw it all.
Like, there's a list of 3, and it just uses use list 2, but add this. Got it. Oh, I can see that. I've had professors who do that. For sure. It does make things a little bit easier.
I guess joining us will help him achieve that redemption.
He can have all the redemption he wants, like Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 3, Grizz's story.
But his allegiance is with us. I know it.
How do you know it? What would the triumvirate do if they found out?
They'd probably kill him.
Probably.
They don't really tolerate that.
Well, few leaders do. That is called traitorism. Traitorism? I guess, I don't know.
Like, only now that he's away from them is his mind finally clear. As soon as they find out, I'm sure they'll make him a primary target. I'm willing to bet that they'll send Sovi and his apprentice to do the job.
Hot. That's hot. Wait, anything I should know before meeting him?
He's really big. He can be intimidating, but his heart is in the right place.
Like you?
You don't really get the politician vibe from him. He looks more like a warrior.
It's hard in my other class because it's harder and I'm falling behind. It makes it harder to catch up. Well, you know, but it's good to have one class that's like that and another one that isn't, so you can like at least balance it a little bit better, right? Would be way worse if they were both like the second one.
Appearance and you'll be fine. There's a friendly man underneath that exterior, I promise.
Oh, so they can do any job with me, right? Why would I judge him based on his appearance? For an older gentleman, he is doing just fine. He seems to be doing just fine.
No, and why would it?
I don't know. I don't even know what I asked.
Because they wanted the spirit idol. Mazeo remains largely the same. Attention was just diverted to different areas. For example, trade bans just made the pirates focus on different commodities.
Okay.
They talked a big talk, but they didn't follow through. It was all a lie. For example, the rebellion formed effortlessly under their watchful eyes. Under competent rulers, that never should have happened. See what I'm getting at?
I do. But, you know, again, we're just starting to see, are they really that bad? They didn't really do anything. They're just like, yeah, we took this place over, but everything's basically status quo.
How else do you explain the huge underground expedition? If they weren't here, there'd be no tunnels at all. It seems to make sense. Thankfully, we found it first, so it's up to us to make the next move.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. If they're looking for those tunnels, you're not exactly safe down there, are you? So that doesn't really follow.
Explanation, to be honest. So I'm definitely certain. The occupation of Mazeo was just a front for their true goal.
Yeah, they kind of build off each other because what we're learning in one, we apply to the other, then the game ends up being combining them. So it's cool being like, oh, I need this thing. Wait, that's just an assignment I can reuse for that code. Exactly. See, that works out nice when they build on each other like that. Where did the rebellion stay before that?
We had a deal in place with the owner of Mazeo's Tavern. It's not unlike Peregrino, actually, almost existing as a front. But he didn't want to get caught, since things were coming to a head.
Ah.
So we decided to branch off and find ourselves a new home. That's when Domek set his eyes on the underground tunnels. He'd been going to them for a while, to gather his mind in peace.
Good. Who was in charge of Mazeo before the occupation?
Nobody. That's what made the occupation such a good excuse. Before they took over, it was a no man's land. Everybody was free. That had both upsides and downsides. So they capitalized on the downsides.
I mean, it's a city, so you would think somebody had to be doing something.
They promised the people a better future.
It's not how cities work.
Fast forward over 20 years, and they're starting to realize it was a lie. It's helped us get some last-minute recruits, but we can't count on any more of those. Honestly, I'm not sure. We need to think about that when the war is over. We could revert it to the way things were, or come up with a new form of government. I'm sure that whatever happens, though, we can't fully eliminate piracy.
No, we can't, because that guy has the cutest ears, and who's going to say no to him?
Even if we lifted all trading bans, they just continue business as normal.
They would.
That's what my advice would be. We should legitimize them, put them to work. It's easy to punish them, but there's a whole industry we could tap into.
Like ear pets? Because I'll do it. I'll definitely do that. What's the current piracy scene like? You into that thing? Do you like pirates? What are your thing on pirates? Do you think pirates are cool?
There are two pirate lords, Alex and Nada.
Uh-huh.
They see eye to eye on most things, but disagree on others.
That seems like most people.
Rather than fight each other, they've come to rule together. Some pirates prefer Alex, while others prefer Nada. It's not too complicated, but there's enough drama around piracy to deal with infighting, so they work together.
Great. What can you tell me about Alex besides his beautiful pet-worthy ears?
He really didn't have any say in the matter. None of the legitimate trading companies would hire him due to his troubled past. He basically takes whatever job he can get, living off of Nada's scraps.
Oh.
A lot of the local pirates follow after his ideals. He doesn't have delusions of grandeur. The goods he smuggles aren't too dangerous either. It's pretty close to an honest living.
We need more furry action games. We do.
Continue doing what he's doing and be accepted.
Does the recent Ratchet and Clank count? Because that was so good. That was really good. Who's Nada? We haven't met Nada yet, I don't think.
Entirely. Nothing is off limits for her. She wants money and power. As long as the price is right, it doesn't matter what.
I love that game. It was so good. Oh man, I played it on stream, but it was so long ago.
She sees herself in charge of Mazeo.
I want to make a furry RPG. I know you do. You've told me about it. She's your girl.
A lot of the pirates follow her because she promises them riches and power. Alex doesn't do that. He simply promises them a stable living with the hopes that one day it's made legal.
Yee. You know, as unfortunate was
wrong. Only about having the
man. I really, really do wish that Biomutant was actually like pretty good. Like it had so much promise, and like there's so many good things about it, but it just felt like they didn't complete it, and there was so much work that could have been done, and it's such a shame that it wasn't quite there because there's so much promise there. I would have loved that.
I guess she thinks that if you have power, it doesn't matter what you do. While Alex wants to live an honest, legal life, Nada wants to be strong enough to do anything. If you have the whole world in your hand, much like the Triumvirate...
Biomutant is decent to me, but I agree it was a promising game.
Nice to hear you found Biomutant decent. Maladabai of 5001. It definitely had some promising elements, like its furry protagonist and open-world gameplay.
Yes, it did.
But hey, don't worry, there's always room for improvement. Maybe one day we'll get the furry action game of our dreams. Keep roaring and exploring, my friend.
Yeah, it really did have a lot of potential. You know, I think if they had just actually really fleshed out the story a little bit more and then gave it more of a clear path, it would have been a lot better, because it was so open world and everything just kind of was so fragmented that there really wasn't like a centralized, pure story. And I feel like there was so much like that could have come out of the story that was there, but they just kind of felt like they just were like, we want to keep it very open and like we don't really want to like, you know, do that. And it just felt very like rushed. I don't know.
I've never had to think about it, so I don't really have an answer. But I'd probably have to go with Alex. Nada is a bit too ruthless for me. If she was in power, people would be under her thumb, rather than free.
All right. Do we have any local enemies?
Our previous leader ensured that we stayed well hidden. Not many of the townspeople knew what we were doing, but even if they found out, they sided with us anyway.
Oh my goodness.
His name was Salus, and he was a man of pure genius. I know we say that Dominic is a good strategist, but Salus, he was incredible. If it weren't for him, you wouldn't even be wearing that blade on your back.
I'm still wearing that. People are going to ask questions regardless.
To be honest, if we win this war, it'll all be thanks to him. We have some work ahead of us, but he made it all possible. Not to discredit what you need to do, of course, but you get the idea.
No, I don't. I'm too stupid. All right, how do you keep your operation secret from everybody?
It's not that hard to be secretive, especially when you have to be. We never slipped up, precisely because we couldn't afford to. It's also a bit easier with your key players hiding behind positions of power. By that, I mean nobody would question Grizz or the Elder of Valenorth. So because of that, him and Salus were able to meet and plan things without suspicion. Essentially, we had the perfect cover. After Salus passed, we just exercised discretion.
You know what'd be good? I really wish they would do like another Sly game, but they would like let the original developers handle it. I know they've been doing a whole bunch of different stuff and they really haven't shown any interest in it, but like they moved it to like, what was it, Sanzaru Games for the most recent one, and it was meh. I mean, it was okay, but it definitely didn't have quite the same punch as the previous games. But I feel like that series had so much potential, and it could have like, it was right there with like, you know, Ratchet and Clank to me, and they could have done so much with that story. But I don't know, I feel like they let it go too soon, because like I'm trying to remember what that company went on and did, and I know what game they did after Sly Cooper, but I can't remember the name of it, and I don't know what they're doing now. But it's a shame. I wish they had stuck with it. I wish they had.
Yes.
That's it. Okay. I like it when you're short and sweet on those.
With the knowledge I currently possess, yes, I think they would. Over 20 years later, the Mazayans are starting to realize the Triumvirate was lying. They promised to turn Mazeo into a utopia. Just look around when we get there. It's not.
Okay.
Their words seem to mean a lot.
It's right there, so we could just walk over there and check it out if you want.
In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before their promises fall on deaf ears.
Uh-huh.
That is, if we don't take them down first.
All right.
At least we will be keeping our promises.
We will. That's it. That's the whole Nope. That's not even close to the whole conversation. Okay.
Depends what you're wanting to know. Just give me a...
How old are you?
Old enough to be tired of answering that question.
That's not an answer. I'm going to ask it again. Okay, what was your family like?
I consider Dominic and the Rebellion to be my family. If you mean my birth family in Alarinthia, I couldn't tell you. We weren't very close, and I left for the main...
Best furry game so far, I would say, is Sly Cooper. Interesting. That's a good one. Best furry game that I played recently... Sly Cooper's up there for sure. I think Ratchet and Clank is still probably ahead of it because it has had the longevity as a series. More recently, I would say Small Saga is really up there for me. I really like that game. But yeah, I would have to think about it a little bit more if there was other ones I thought was just as good. And Ratchet and Clank, yeah, for sure. Would you go back to Arlenthia if you needed to?
Depends how much you're paying me.
Nothing. I have no money. I'm poor. Oh, True Small Saga. That was really good. I really liked Ghost of a Tale. I think it was very flawed, but I really liked it.
The Triumvirate barely leaves their castle, so he's almost like a stand-in for them.
Good.
Basically, anytime we're against enemy forces, he's there. But you learn a lot about the man and the way he fights, so I know a lot about him. I've never seen anybody with such strong conviction. He truly believes he's doing the right thing.
Are you seeing anybody already? I was like, hey, all this serious stuff. I'm like, hey, what about your main squeeze, if you know what I mean?
No, and I think I'd like to keep it that way.
But why? But why, Ulrich? Why? No. Okay. I just got... Small Saga was surprisingly well for an indie game. Yeah, it did great. For now, right? Yeah. What are your thoughts on everything so far?
Forgive me if I ask you to be more specific.
What are your thoughts on everything so far? Is that more specific? No. What do you think of Alyssa?
I haven't been able to get a good read on her yet, which is rare for me. Normally I'm a good judge of character, but on her I'm drawing
If you have not
blank.
hit follow, I
Not to
don't
say
know.
that's a bad
Why not
thing.
just do
She
it?
carries
Come
herself
on.
admirably, but she's just closed off.
Nah, she's just very naive. You don't really
At the end of the
understand.
day, she won't cause me any concern, so that's a good thing. But I find myself wondering why she's so scared to open up. It's not like we'll hurt her. Some might say that's a personality trait on its own, but not me. I like to dig deeper.
Oh yeah? You want to go deeper with her? Okay. I see what's going on here. What do you think of Fortame?
Honestly, he's a little much. Energy-wise, I mean. I used to be like him when I was younger, but it's better to conserve your energy. If you waste it without thought like he does, you won't have it when you actually need it.
What are you, freaking Donald Trump? What are you talking about?
And that's pretty much why I'm so calm all the time. I'm waiting to put my energy to good use. Normally that good use involves either a fight or some stiff drinks.
What are you talking about? How does that good use for energy?
There's a tavern that gets my highest recommendation.
Okay, I'll go with you there.
We don't seem to get along, but he's actually one of my best friends. He just has this way of poking fun at everybody. It's his way of showing love. With a troubled past like his, I wouldn't be surprised if he thought that's what love is.
Fair. What do you think of me?
You're good at following orders. I'll give you that much.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
I'll
sure
follow
if
any
you're
order you
full
want,
of
baby.
National pride. Either way, it's a good thing. We can't have you full of doubt.
Okay.
It won't be much longer until you can kick back and relax. But when you do, it'll be as Alestia's hero. Think about that. You had a life of luxury just thrown into your lap. I'm jealous.
We haven't done anything yet. Oh, you like being in charge. He does like being in charge. But we haven't done anything yet, so tell me about your hobbies. Do you like knitting? What are your thoughts on knitting?
Pretty scarce these days, but I love a good drink. Nothing better than winding down a busy day with some
That's
ale.
not a hobby.
Aside from that, I love a good spar.
Okay.
It's hard to find a challenge.
What do you like to drink?
I'm not picky. I just like the effects. The stronger stuff is more expensive, though, and I'm not loaded. Well, unless Dominic decides to treat me, I guess. That's rare, though.
Are you an... I think you're an alcoholic if you... You might be an alcoholic.
There's a huge tavern tucked away in the town square. Best drinks money can buy, and like Peregrino, they have private rooms. Great business model, actually. When you've had too much, they can con you into a room. I'll point it out if I can.
It sounds like he's like, I like to drink because of the way it makes me feel.
Dominic has a strict regimen set
You're
up
definitely
for
an
you, but I'll
alcoholic.
make sure you have fun. Don't worry.
Okay. Dominic has a strict regimen set out for you, but I'll make sure you have some fun. Ooh, I'd like that. I'll take that. I will definitely agree with that.
Of course. Now you're starting to grow on me.
Oh,
I didn't
good.
know you were into that, but I need
What?
a good drinking buddy.
Hey,
so much
let's
alone
do
before
it.
it starts to get sad.
We'll drink all the time, all day, every day. Is it true you're undefeated in combat?
Yes.
That's the only thing you're going to say. Fair enough. Good talk, buddy. That's everyone. So I go here now. Where am I going? I did this. Here's the mountain pass. We're going to the main gate. It's a gate. Who would have thought? A few hours later, we finally arrive at the gates of Museo. There's nobody in sight save for one lonely gate guard. He stands there, kicking his foot back and forth. A slow day.
Oh, great! It's Carmen!
Carmen? San Diego? Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Right there, not you, but over there somewhere.
Basically, the one gate guard I'm comfortable with. Leave this one to me. We'll be in Museo before you know it.
You gonna turn on that charm that we've been waiting to see this whole time? I'm waiting for it still. Waiting for that charm. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get it. He smirks and starts striding towards Carmen. But before he can get too far, Ulrich grabs him by the shoulder. Holding him in place, Pro protests, but squirming and trying to break free.
Hey, let go! We don't have much time to waste.
There's another way.
We could go over the wall. Ulrich glances over Valessa, Fortame, and I. I'm not sure what he meant by another way. Was there something we could do here?
Oh, come on. I had a whole routine worked out, Ulrich. Mine will work for sure. With them, it's a risk.
I just want to see how they handle this. Diplomacy will be really important moving forward. Shouldn't we let them get some practice?
Yes. I'm going to turn my charm on, guys. You ready to see this? We're going to get have enough of their cryptic conversation and step forward. Ask him what they meant. I politely request an explanation in a very charming way. I'm gonna turn the charm on to like 12. Here we go. There's something that they needed to say. There was no point in hiding it.
The new Elder of Valenorth.
Oh, that's not me. That's Fortame. Fortame can do it.
Yeah.
He smiles and keeps his gaze set on the three of us. I'm starting to get an idea of what they're talking about.
Fortame, come here.
Yeah, you get over there, Fortame. He looks a bit startled by the sudden demand, but slowly steps forward. I can sense his apprehension at being put on the spot. I know the feeling.
What's up?
Buddy, you are getting us in that door. You got to turn your charm up to 11. I can get to 12. I know you can't, so we're going to go to 11. And I need you to walk up to this Carmen person and make them feel like this. There you go. You got this.
This is your first time coming to Museo, right? The relationship between both of our nations is important. How we...
Really?
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
What do you mean?
Pro wants to lie his way in. That's what he does best. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. It usually works wonders. But at the end of the day, you are the Elder of Valenorth. If you prefer, you can try talking to Carmen. See if you can reason with him and get our entry granted. Your role as the Elder can't stay hidden forever. What would the people think if someone like you was accomplice to deceit? Word has its way of traveling around. It could find its way back to you. Aside from the rebellion, you have to make an impact on Museo's people.
Do it.
The question is, what kind of impact should that be?
Do it.
Whoa, this is way more complicated than I thought.
Listen, if you don't do it, I made the wrong choice. I could make Valessa the Elder. I could do it right now. I'll take your Elder status away, and I'll throw it at Valessa, and I'll be like, your turn. Go at it. Get him. Go get him, Tiger.
Everything will be complicated now, Fortune. Don't do anything lightly from this point forward.
Ulrich made a very good point, and we had better give it some thought. Everything we did from here on would affect the relationship between our nations. We're no longer just focused on the rebellion, but Museo-Valenorth relations. It seems that Milas Ria's resignation left a lot more responsibility on our laps. I shrug and turn towards Valessa and Fortame. We start to discuss the matter.
What should we do?
Okay. Here's the plan. Okay, hold on. Here's the plan, guys. Listen, we're going to get into this together. I don't know. Okay. Elder, it's your time to shine. Let's go. I stop and think, but come to a conclusion, and what is best. We shouldn't hide our identities, and we should stick to diplomacy. It's better than setting something up that is bound to backfire on us. I turn to Fortame and I give him a nod. I guess this would be his first political move as elder. I just had to hope Carmen was willing to play ball. It takes a slow, nervous steps towards him until Carmen takes notice. When he does, Fortame stops in his track, ears perking straight up.
Entry permit, please.
Oh, you're adorable. You're the most adorable gate guard I've ever seen. Fortame, you better not screw this up. This guy's adorable. And if you screw this up, I'm going to be extra mad at you, bunny. You understand? There will be no forgiveness here. You gonna smooch him? Nice fluff, right? Exactly. Whoa, what?
You want to get into Museo, right?
Yeah. Do it.
Yes, sir.
Then I need to see an entry permit. I can't just let anybody inside.
Oh, the floppy ears. You could let anybody inside with those floppy ears. I love it.
Oh, yeah? Not even the Elder of Valenorth?
Smooth, very smooth. You really just gave it to him right there.
Why? Is that you?
Yeah, that's him. I can vouch for it. I gave him the job. It is my fault that he is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice try. That's a pretty common excuse today. In fact, I've turned down 3 elders already.
What? No.
But I'm not lying.
I gave him the job. I did it. It was me.
And I'm sure they weren't either. But I can't let you through without a permit. The occupation made us crack down on visitors.
Fortame. Like, offer to sleep with him or something. I don't know. Just be like, hey, cute stuff. You come here often. Why don't we get a room inside the city? Fortame, you've already slept with me. You might as well just go for that, too. So let's make it happen.
But please, our business is urgent. If you just let us in, I'll get someone to confirm.
Who in there would know?
Nice try.
Hey, flirty, right?
Hanging. Everyone else does. Either present some papers or stop wasting my time.
Get sorry, get flirty, or get sorry.
Seriously, come on.
You're doing so bad. Oh, I should have made it Valessa the Elder. Guys, I should have made Valessa the Elder. Why not go, hey, we have a pro in Ulrich. Exactly. I can tell that Fortame is getting annoyed. I've never seen him like this. As if to offer assistance, Ulrich steps forward, clearing his throat. Perfect timing, too, as Fortame is about to lose his temper.
I apologize on behalf of the Elder. This is his first time traveling. We're not up to any funny business, I assure you. It's an urgent meeting. The national security of Museo and Valenorth are both compromised.
Is that so?
Yes. We have no proof of this, but yes.
Do you have a family, Carmen?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Like, what?
I promise that we're not lying. The Triumvirate is on the move to occupy Valenorth. But in order to do so, they'll have to pass through Museo. Your family could be in danger. The attack is imminent. All we ask is that you let us through so we can go about our business. Our matters in Museo concern the safety of almost every Alestian. If you don't let us
I should have made Ulrich the Elder. I think that's what they're trying to tell me, is I should have probably made Ulrich the Elder. He probably wouldn't have taken it, but I should have been like, Ulrich, no, you're the Elder now, I'm sorry.
Or would you rather go down in history as a hero? The man that allowed us to carry out our mission.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't. I'm asking you to take a leap of faith. Is it really worth gambling with the lives of your family?
Also, we'll throw in Fortame. You can take him home with you. Carmen gulps audibly and shuffles in place.
I think I remember you.
Yeah, I just left for Valenorth yesterday morning. I'm not an outsider. Museo is my home. Please, let me and my friends protect it.
And you promise not to tell anybody?
Not a soul. The old, I would be ashamed if something happened to your family, like, hypothetically, of course. Yeah, exactly. He's like, it'd be a real shame if that happened. You'd never
pass
forgive
right through
yourself.
These gates. Your life is worth more than this job. Please, get to safety with your family. Do you really think I'm making this up?
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I don't know.
If I just wanted entry, I wouldn't care about you. But this is more than that. I want to help you too. I'll tell Grizz right away so you don't get in trouble.
All right, I trust you.
Good. Carmen steps to the side and stops blocking the gate.
Just don't make me regret this.
I would never make you regret this. You're too adorable. Why would I ever do that?
You never will.
You never will, because I'm gonna give you a little scritchy scratch behind the ear there, and you're just gonna go, ooh, that's a good, you just got the spot right there. Ulrich steps back, smiling as he turns to us. It seems Fortain couldn't accomplish his task on his own, but his help was much appreciated, as we couldn't have done this otherwise.
Wow, Ulrich. Thanks. I was totally drawing blanks. Maybe I'm not cut out for that stuff.
That's preposterous, Fortin. I didn't expect you to succeed. It was your first time. You handled yourself well, and you're gaining...
He's gonna do the foot thump thingy and wag his tail, right? Exactly, that's what we want. Yeah, listen, Fortame, everybody's bad in their first time, including you. He walks away and Pro approaches the group.
That was pretty amazing. I still think my idea was better, though. I had a whole script in my head and everything.
Good. You can practice it on the way to the bar. Fortame shrugs and turns to face the gate. At least his first act as elder would be to open an honest one. We couldn't say the same thing if we were to align ourselves with Pro.
So, shall we?
We shall. Let's go, everyone. We're going inside. Let's run. He motions toward the gates, which is now free to us to enter. After everything we've been through, we're finally here. It was time to get started and meet Damek. Goddamn. We're going to meet Damek. Oh, wait. I have things to do. Hold on. I got to do these things and also this thing. Let's go see what Damek is up to right now, right? Oh, we're back here now. Damek advisor approached him with sense of urgency. Having received a summons from Lilith, it was finally time. The future of Mizeo and the rebellion would be decided.
Damek, may I speak with you?
Spice? What do you like? Sugar, spice, and everything nice. That is a nice tie, though.
Oh, of course. Is everything okay?
No, it's not.
I believe you've been waiting for this.
Maybe. This feather? Are you into tickling? Is that what he's trying to tell us? You kind of have a kinky thing going on there? That's fine. Are we interrupting you two? He hands Damek the piece of paper in his grip. Soon after, he returns to scribbling on his ledger.
Secure a naval army? That's a lot bigger than our initial plans.
Is it an unwelcome change?
I don't know. He is kind of cute. He is a little bit cute.
No, not at all. We were just planning to steal the Triumvirate ships. While they were busy with Valinor, they'd be unmanned.
Are they taking everybody with them?
But this... It could grow our forces exponentially. Especially if the pirates lend us their army.
Not for free, of course. They'll probably rob Grizz blind in exchange. I recommend not offering them any of our resources. We barely have enough food for our own men, and weapons for that matter. We need more of those. Do you think you could spin negotiations in our favor?
Of course I can. I'm nothing if not a good negotiator. It seems like everything is in our favor.
This final clause, however.
What about, is it Santa Claus?
The one requesting the seer's presence. Pay it no mind, they should be arriving here shortly.
You don't know
that. I'll go meet them in the town square right away.
You do know that. How do you know that?
Is their Exodus training regiment finalized?
No.
Your schedule should be able to accommodate changes. Your plan is still slow exposure to develop a tolerance, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I could only handle it for a mere moment. But I feel stronger, like I could handle more.
Oh yeah? How much can you handle? You've built up a tolerance, have you? Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
Oh, of course, I'm not going to touch it again. I'm just assuming the same rules apply to the seer. With controlled exposure...
I mean, you're kind of making an assumption. I mean, I am.
Long enough to aid our final assault on Bolteus.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about, like... You know what I mean. Hey, damn it, have you heard of Bad Dragon? He might have. He may have. Oh, wait, hold on. What's this about? Let's take a look at this. If I do that. Wow.
I'm loving the stone path.
What stone path?
Luxurious back home.
What are you talking about? Is there one right? There's no stone path. What are you talking about?
That's luxurious? Almost the entire town is paved like that. Wait until you see the town square. It's so smooth.
You mean I can even walk without shoes on?
Are you wearing shoes?
Of course. I do it all the time.
You guys are weird. You guys are both really weird.
Wow, that's so fancy.
How is that
Hopefully
fancy?
I get some time to relax and explore. I'd hate to head straight into the Rebel HQ, you know.
You'd hate that?
I'm sure you'll have some time, but not if we keep standing around. I think it's high time we get inside.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Very cool. Ulrich, your feet are going to be filthy. I think they already are by now, if that's the case.
Hey, Pro.
What's up, Pro?
What's up?
Yeah, hi, hey! How is walking without shoes fancy? I was saying the same thing. I have no idea. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
That can't be your real name.
Why not?
Well, because it's weird. He looks so dejected, though. I feel bad for him now. Maybe it is. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe it is. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
I mean, it's a little odd.
I agree, but it's not that bad. It's okay.
And Valessa isn't?
I mean, not as much as Pro.
You have a point.
Does he? I don't think he does at all.
But since you asked, it isn't my real name. The truth
Poor
is,
Pro.
I don't actually know my real
Valessa, why you gotta be so mean? I don't know. She doesn't know how to talk to people.
How do you manage that?
I'd rather not talk about it, if it's all the same to you. Pro is just something the orphans called me when I was younger. I showed a knack for picking up skills with ease.
Well, there you go.
So you're a pro.
Hey, you get it now. Look at that. You're so smart. I'm proud
Something
of you.
Like that. Any idea why your parents chose Valessa?
Because they were like, oh, it's a V name time, and that's, we like Vanessa, but
I never thought to
we
question.
didn't really want to go that far with it.
Kind of stuck out like a sore thumb.
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, there's something else in my mind, actually.
Okay, spill it. Spill those beans.
Oh yeah? What's that?
What's up with the name Fortem? Like, how is that one even possible?
I've always wondered that.
It's bugging me, and I've only known him for a day.
I love him, yeah.
You so much, you've known him forever.
Yeah, but you're good at getting info, right?
Ask him. We gotta find out together. All of us. We're gonna put on like a ruse. We're gonna trick Fortame into thinking that he is charming. He's got that charm going. Yeah, he's put it
That's
on.
what I've been told.
Maybe we can work together to find this out. I want to know just what Fortem really means.
Me too. Okay,
let's do it.
Here's the plan. We're gonna get him drunk. We're gonna get him real drunk, and then he'll tell us anything. I promise. We're gonna get him so drunk, you guys aren't even gonna believe. What am I doing now? What I'm gonna do is this. We're gonna go save because I haven't done that in a while. Yes. Okay. So, where are we at here? So we get to move into the main square. Town square, you say? That seems like a good thing. Bum 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 da 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 dun dun do 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 beep a doo deep ba do ba beep beep boo do 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 do. What is going on tonight? Let's do this. Let's do something. Let's figure this out. I don't even know. What are we looking at right now? Ba-da-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, bum. Let's do this one. Okay, so I think this is a good spot to kind of stop for tonight. We're going to go over here. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. But I think this is a good spot to kind of call it for the evening. We got pretty good. We got into Museo. The real story is about to start. I'm going to call it for tonight. Like I said, we're going to play some more Played Up with Demon Otter Games, more with C. James Fox tomorrow, and we are going to be playing with, I believe, Zephyr Ferret is going to join us as well. So join us for that stream tomorrow. It's going to be a grand old time. Until then, I'm going to send you over to Sunflower Giggles, who's playing a little Power Wash Simulator. So give him the old LeemThatStreams welcome. And until that time, I will see you guys on the flip side. Have a good one. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.